Clearly not.
He has food right now.
Not the way he's meowing.
Because he's a spoiled brat. Actually, I think he just meows to hear himself meow.
He's like talking to be heard.
Yeah, he wants to be heard sometimes. He's bored and he wants to make sure that I know that he's bored, don't you?
Oh,
see?
Not right on cue.
Right on cue.
Not right, sir.
The world wants to know, or he wants to know the world, whatever.
He wants the world to know.
He wants me to know.
So I need y'all to know.
I don't stand for this blasphemy, do you, mister?
Tell him. This will not do.
Put the food in.
This will not do. Let him know. Smoke.
Come on, Mr. Smoke.
He said, I done told y'all time and time again. But y'all don't seem to want to listen.
No, sir. Well, did you finish it?
He said, I done told y'all time and time again, and y'all just refuse to listen.
Okay, help him not listen, because
He said, I don't feel like
it's like a little kid just blabbing the shit that don't make no sense.
He said, I feel like y'all don't listen, because the way I be telling y'all, and y'all continue to do the opposite of what I say.
Dude, you see how I like all that hooked up, and it still hasn't loaded my fucking screen.
First, you need a new laptop. And you might not need a new laptop. You might just need to clean that bitch.
It's a brand new laptop, dude.
What you got on it?
Nothing. I've put nothing on it.
Oh, well, I don't know why that bitch running so slow.
Because it hates me.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Well, thanks.
Well, I mean, Fox. You can't argue with logic.
Whoa, meat. She's behind you.
Girl, tell him to leave you alone. Say leave me. Well, she said, girl, I said about leaving.
Oh, yeah, I gotta hook this thing.
Stop fucking your sister up. Huh?
He'll not stop that.
Right. Sir, that is the reason I get up every day. The whole point of my existence is to be a nuisance to her.
Mm-hmm. Did you come all the way down from up there?
To sniff me, she did. She said, ooh.
Hey,
ooh.
no. Seriously.
Girl. The leaping ability. She said,
wow, meat.
She said, man, you can't keep a good cat down.
Fucking Christ.
That bitch can jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is all the way up there from a dead...
From down here.
Yeah, from a dead jump.
She's like, yeah, I know. Duh.
That bitch, I'm good like that.
Guess who ain't coming up after me? Is you.
At all. You got that one, sis. You win.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did, Fox.
I
did.
Started it too late the first night. I probably would have watched the whole thing all the way through.
You had to finish it the next night?
Yeah, because I started it at like 11.
Oh, that's way too late to start that shit.
I was thinking I'm going to watch it for like an hour and a half, see if it's any better.
Oh, you didn't know that you would actually watch it all the way through?
Did you?
Truthfully, no, I didn't.
That other one sucked.
It did. Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
And then I also felt like, because I knew the story, I'm like, I know how this is going to end.
And you didn't. I mean, you knew that they were going to win.
Yeah.
But, like normal movies, but...
It was different, so much so that you didn't feel cheated or spoiled as far as the ending.
Dude, that first one, when he comes down and he just does everything...
Yeah.
And whoops Steppenwolf's ass, and it's just like, well, this was stupid.
I mean...
And then you see the next one, this one where he's fighting Steppenwolf, and he's obviously whooping the shit out of him. But, like, you had to have everyone else there, or it wouldn't have worked. Like the Flash thing was very important.
Yeah, that was an important piece.
Very important piece.
And then Wonder Woman was a very
he
important
didn't go
piece.
into the fucking box either in the first one. They just
True.
try to split it. He just connects with it.
Right.
So going into the box was a total like.
It was a lot of new stuff. To be honest, I can see how
It felt like a different movie.
Yeah, I can see how Zack Snyder was probably upset. It's like you cut out
Everything.
like pretty much all of the fucking movie.
Like you have no nuance of Superman being evil, and even now, like you did a little bit. Like they did that whole stupid thing where he fought all of them, but even then, it was like now you kind of like, is he gonna flip? Like,
right?
Is Lois gonna be that thing that causes him to lose everything?
For a second, I thought he might like swat her ass away like a fish or some shit. For a second,
yeah, because you really didn't know.
Yeah, I was like, the scene was more drawn out, so it felt more real. Like he actually felt confused, and like he actually was, like, cutting up.
Yeah.
So I thought when she came out, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be enough. I was like, he gonna fucking bat that bitch away like she a fucking ragdoll, and they're gonna be gagged. But that. I liked that part, and then I liked they did some more really cool things with the Flash's powers.
Yes.
Like that one.
I like how they gave more of a story.
True, and then that one part where all those rocks was falling and those people was about to get crushed, and he was.
Yeah, he actually zipped in and saved everyone. Or when he saves the girl. Like, they actually used the Flash. Like, the Flash, you got to see his fucking actual, like...
Right.
Abilities, to an extent. He's
True.
getting his own movie, isn't he?
Yeah, his movie is supposed to be the...
And why did the Flash at the end of the movie look different than the Flash throughout the whole movie?
I thought that, too, and I didn't know what that was about.
Because he looks like... I'm thinking it's different dimensions. I think in the Batman that we're seeing in the epilogue, in his dreams, is from a different dimension.
Maybe.
And he's got to make a choice... that he keeps seeing these other Batmans not make the same choice, and maybe he's got to sacrifice himself or something to save Lois.
I can see that, because they are doing the Flash movie is supposed to be like the reset button, because they're supposed to be doing Flashpoint, which is like a reset for the DC universe.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I don't think you need to reset it now. Besides the fact, okay. This is what bothered me through the whole movie was Batman. And it wasn't Batman itself, it's just,
He was out of place.
It's Ben Affleck.
He was out of place for me. It's like you got all these people going around doing all these superpower things, and he's just standing here all normal as fuck.
Yeah, but that's what Batman does. Isn't Batman supposed to be like, in the comic, in that Justice League thing, he is still...
I feel like they could have came up with more cool things for Batman to do. Like, he definitely felt like an extra in this movie.
I mean, he is an extra. In reality, when it comes to super... Like, what's he going to do?
I mean, he could have used his gadgets in some kind of cool way or some shit.
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He basically brought...
He barely even fought.
Brought them together.
He barely even fought.
No, I didn't mean to fight. I meant like he brought all the people together that could fight.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when it came down to fighting, like he swooped in that plane and that machine, shot shit down.
Yeah, and then he got out and fight some of the little guys.
When he was fighting them, he literally was just shooting them with their own guns. Like he didn't do any cool things with his own tech or nothing. Like he contributed, I guess, but.
Even the tech, what's he gonna do? He really feels like when you're dealing with like it's like Daredevil. What's Daredevil gonna do against Thanos? And Daredevil is way more predictive than Batman. Like Daredevil is one of those dudes that can see shit before you do it because of the sound. So,
but that just depends, because even though Daredevil is a low-level match for Thanos. Like hand-to-hand combat, he could probably hold his own for a little bit. But
right, for
if you're talking about Thanos with the Infinity Stones, then He's never really. Nobody's really a match for him.
No, minus her, minus the overpowered bitches that they have in the MCU.
Well, Wanda, yeah, because apparently that bitch, she can do what.
I don't even remember what was in. Like, I don't have any idea what was different between the two movies. That's how little I remember.
Between what two movies?
The first one and the re-release. Besides the fact that obviously the whole reason they did the stupid fucking bullshit with his lip in the first one was because they didn't want him in a black suit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the black suit thing, they took that a little too far. Like, I mean, I guess people wanted to see, but
I think it's kind of like
in the comics, the black suit, it was a healing suit. Like, he just wore that black suit like when he needed to like heal super quickly. There wasn't like a suit that he wore that he fought in and shit like that. Oh, she way out there.
Oh yeah.
She said it's a nice day outside.
Yeah, I think it was more to do with him. I think he came back different.
Did you see that it's supposedly getting a sequel?
Is it? Well, it should.
They're talking about doing a sequel.
That is so much better. Like, it was, dude, I'm telling you,
They
it
should
was on par.
To be honest, they should do it the same way. I would release it on HBO Max and make it like 4 hours long or some shit like that. Do it the same way. Like, obviously, you had success with this one.
They did a good job with this one. Like, it really, like, you got to see the cyborg, a little more of the cyborg, which isn't still enough, and you didn't really get to see Barry's powers too, but a way better. It felt like more like a Marvel introduction.
Yeah.
In that sense, where you actually had a reason to give a shit.
Yeah.
And the other one was like, Superman. He'll just do it all.
I mean, although I gotta, like, if you looked at it, like, you could see that the blueprint was the Avengers.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah, you could tell. The one scene where Batman,
who was first
was in the
car
comic
world?
Marvel. I think.
No, DC was first in general.
Well, no. Let me paraphrase what I'm saying. I think Marvel bought a comic company that was out before DC.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, what you mean?
Justice League and Avengers, because they're both the same premise.
Oh, so you don't know which out of the Avengers or the Justice League, which comic came first?
Yes. Who did it first? Who brought all his people together? Because Avengers was basically them taking all the different comics and putting them in the same fucking...
The first Avengers comic was 1963.
So he said he can stand in time, like he can enter the time.
Yeah, he can. His powers affects time,
not speed.
So technically, the Justice League was first. The Justice League came out in 1960, 3 years before the Avengers.
Well, that's interesting to know. So who the fuck was the last dude at the end? Like, I saw him, they did it in the beginning, obviously. We got to see that, but it was like, who the fuck?
He's from Mars, obviously.
Yep. And they made it so he plays in he was in Batman. Because I don't even remember Batman and Superman. I remember hating Justice League so much that I didn't want anything to do with the Batman and any of that universe anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember going back. I don't remember why Superman loses to whoever he loses to in the first place. Because even the start was different in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, showed Superman getting killed. They didn't do that in the first one. Did they? The Justice League?
Did they kill Superman?
No, that's not what I mean.
I mean, what did you say?
I feel like when Justice League, the 2017 version, was released, I thought I remember it being the funerals and the monuments and stuff like that, but they didn't show the actual death of Superman like they did in this one, where it showed, okay, this is what's triggering the box.
Yeah, because the intro was right.
Yeah, it was the box trigger and why he was coming.
Right.
Which is why Batman was like, we have to have him back because...
I mean, the only reason they awoke was because he died.
But it goes back to the Kryptonian, the technologies. That's what they think, why he has the black and why he goes... Because even with Lois's death when he was normal, he wouldn't have... I don't think he would have gone crazy.
Right. Yeah, true.
Because even if Lois dies in some weird way, I don't think he has... a mental break. But then again, supposedly she's supposed to be pregnant.
Yeah, she was. She did have a pregnancy test in that drawer.
Yeah, and she was carrying some kind of baby thing at the end into the house.
Oh, that is right. I do remember that. So that means it was confirmed that she actually was pregnant.
Yeah, because supposedly his kid was going to take the Batman down.
Is there a comic where they have a child?
I saw something that said that he was planning on making the child powerless and becoming the next Batman.
Oh, okay.
What's with the fucking... Someone put a fucking blowjob face on there.
Yeah.
How is this not the blowjob face?
It's shocked. I guess it is the blowjob face as well.
Right.
Right, but it's supposed to be shocked.
What, like this? Look at them
Now
stickers.
that's a blowjob face.
Yeah, the whole pack
Minus
of
the
stickers
teeth.
is like
She's got
that.
teeth, dog.
It's like the eyes and the face. And
Oh,
Look,
she
you're
do got
figuring it
teeth.
out.
She do got teeth, Fox. I mean, but she looks like she know that. I don't know. It's sealed. I don't want to open it up.
To be honest with you, if you like any of them, you can have
Yeah,
them.
you can have them.
Because we got tons of stickers coming.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
go ahead.
ridiculous amount. I can't stop buying them because they end up being on sale for like 82 cents a pack.
Oh, yeah.
With 60-cent shipping. So
Right.
it's $1 some and some change for at least 20. Sometimes, like, literally they've gone from 20 stickers to 30 stickers to at least 100 stickers is in this pack.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's ridiculous. They're just all different.
So even with Ben Affleck as Batman going forward, because
I don't think he will be.
Why wouldn't he be?
Because supposedly this was his farewell to the role.
I think you can't do it again without him. No, he's integral in the running of this now,
Unless you do the Flashpoint movie.
which resets it all.
Yep. That's what they was talking about doing.
Yeah, but people are going to be asking for the Snyder's versions.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
Because if they're resetting it, it's probably because they don't want to use the Snyder cut.
if Snyder is producing the Flashpoint movie, because what people don't realize is,
Hold on, now look.
he may be. He produces a lot of the DC films that even if he's not directing them, like he produced Wonder Woman. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he was a producer for Aquaman too.
Let me get off this stupid ass Bing. There we go. Flash. Oh, that's an actual 2022 next year, huh?
For what?
The Flash.
Well, I guess.
What?
I guess it could come out next year. I didn't hear nothing about it. That's early for it to be coming out.
It says it's based on the Flashpoint graphic novel.
Yep. Like,
Which is...
he reset time. Something happened, and so he reset time, but he ended up like causing multiple universes or something.
Ben Affleck's in the Flashpoint.
I guess
Michael Keaton too.
He's supposed to be Batman from another universe.
Oh, so they're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's doing it.
A day late and a dollar short.
I'm telling you, man. For the first time, like after watching that, I went, I want to watch it. I want to see the next version of what he does.
Okay, so basically, Barry, the Flash wakes up and randomly discovers everything is different. He doesn't have powers. His mom is alive. His dad died of a heart attack 3 years ago. Captain Cold is the hero in Central City. The Justice League was never established, and Superman is seemingly non-existent.
So it's a universe without him.
But everybody's different, though. He went to Batman to try to get help, and Batman was revealed to be Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah. In this timeline, instead of Thomas and Martha being killed, it was Bruce. Oh, that might be dope. Their son was killed. The dad became Batman, and the mom went insane and became the Joker.
Oh, in that universe.
Yeah.
So her mom's a joke. Wow.
You're right. That might actually be dope.
Wow. That could be actually, who knows? Oh, it's over there. But yeah, because I like the Flash. I like the kid that got playing him. I think he does a great job. But I really don't think that doesn't look like him in the epilogue or
I didn't think so either.
in the other thing. So that's why it's like, well, it would make sense if they're playing this whole, especially if that was Snyder's plan from the beginning, was to use the Flash discovering his powers as a way to introduce the multiverse in their whole scheme. But yeah, whoever directed the first one sucks.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
Dude, he fucking was dumb. He should have just left it.
I mean, I don't think it's so much that is. I think he just tried to. I think he just used the same formula for this Justice League movie that he used for the Avengers, because he directed the first two Avengers. So, I mean, he at least knows something, because there was a time where he was the authority on comic book movies.
Well, he just shouldn't have took that shit and done anything.
Well, he just tried to. He should have come up with a new formula.
Yeah, he tried to take someone else's movie and make it his own.
Yeah, well, I mean that's already a tough thing, but it shouldn't have been the same old formula. He just tried to. Oh, it's a superhero team up movie.
Right.
I can use the same.
Because that's what it didn't feel like the same.
Right.
This team up felt more.
I mean, to be honest, he you could tell like he was like putting them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like in each.
Except for the fact that everyone else was. It felt like everyone else was basically minority characters to Superman. They really still depower Wonder Woman.
No, I don't think so. Because she was holding her own in that fight against him.
Yeah, but shouldn't she be able to beat him?
No.
No?
No. Superman is the most powerful thing in the DC universe.
Okay.
Villain or hero.
And she's, say, half.
She would be like the next tier under as far as power.
Yeah.
Like
unbeatable, unkillable in a sense.
Right. Like just as durable as him, but not nearly as strong as him.
And doesn't have laser eyes.
Well, yeah, and doesn't have the power.
He was really about them laser eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that's his most strongest long-range weapon. Like, I can laser the shit out of you. I ain't even got to get my hands dirty. I ain't got to break a sweat.
Yeah, but he's so fast, too.
Oh, and then he also used the ice breath
on
the hammer,
yeah.
or the axe.
Yeah, it was a way better entrance when he came in. The fight itself, like, yes, he was obviously whooping the shit out of him, but he was late.
Right.
So it was like, doesn't matter if Superman showed up, he was late.
True.
Which fucked everything up. So that's where The other one, it was like, no, he wasn't late. He was right on time.
Yeah, and they knew
as
him,
always,
like,
and they had to have him, and he's the one that beat everyone. Even not having Darkseid, like Darkseid itself, made the movie even better. Knowing that there was something besides this dude.
The way he stepped on that motherfucking head when it rolled in
The way
there.
they cut it off.
Yeah,
That's another thing too.
I was shocked too by the fact that how
That they
was
kill that bitch.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Like the fact that Superman was literally.
Because didn't they just run him off in the first movie?
Yeah. I don't think they actually kill him.
I don't think they did either.
Yeah.
Damn, that feel like so long ago. Well, I mean, I guess it was. It was
2017. Yeah.
4 years. Because I don't remember anything about that movie. But I probably haven't watched it since we went to the movies to see it.
I watched it one time.
We
I
were-
was so upset with it.
Yeah. And then I'm still upset as to why neither of them feel like they need to introduce the Green Lantern. Like, why
Well,
the
they
fuck?
did. They introduced a version of him in the beginning, but I think it's one of those things where he's going to come in later.
That's some bullshit.
Because there was,
There were lanterns
guy-
in the movie.
I know, but the guy pointed out that at the end of the movie, in the epilogue, when Superman finds him, there's a dead Green Lantern on the ground
Right.
where Superman is. So,
I mean, that's trash, though.
I know.
Well, I mean, I guess it would be them copying Marvel more, but that's how you fucking do it. You bring in a character in a movie, introduce them before, then you give them their own movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's the formula. That's the formula that has been working so great for Marvel. I guess so. Because of that, I expect them to.
No, you give the
copy,
big ones,
but-
the big people movies.
No, that is how all of their characters have been introduced, though. Black Panther was in, and Spider-Man were both in Civil War before they each got their own movies. I mean, I guess you could say it was a long time coming, but Wanda was in all kind of shit before she got her own actual series. Like you tease them in a movie, and then you give them their own movie after the fact. That's just what's been working for Marvel. But I mean, do they do that with Ant-Man? Where did Ant-Man show up first?
Ant-Man shows up on his own. He has his own movie.
I think he showed up in the end credit. No,
Because
Hank Pym did to tease the Ant-Man movie. That is
yeah.
right.
So it says here that at the end of the 2017, the team fights their way through parademons, which is, I guess, those flying things.
Yeah, it's the flying creatures. Those are
to reach Steppenwolf, but unable to distract him from enough for Stone to separate the mother boxes. Superman arrives and assists Alan to evacuate the city, and as well as Stone in separating. So he separates the boxes. The team defeats Steppenwolf, who, overcome with fear, is attacked by his own parademons.
Oh, that is right. He did die, but his parademons killed him.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like
They took the whole fear thing out of it.
yeah, they just cut his fucking head off. Like because when Black Superman was beating him, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
He was
broke his fucking horn off.
Yeah, he snapped it off. He was just beating. Like,
I was like, he lasered that bitch off of him because he burned him. He started at his chest and burned him, and it went up, and he turned his head, and it sliced the fucking horn off.
yeah.
He got up and he was feeling that shit like, wait a minute, bitch. And then I wasn't ready for all the blood that they showed in that shit too. When they caught in the early scene when they were showing Darkseid and somebody axed his ass on the shoulder.
Oh, in the beginning when the gods fought off.
I was like,
Darkseid.
shit. I didn't know this bitch was gonna be. And
Yeah,
then
he
Wonder
almost died,
Woman
too. Yeah, like
in the scene in the fucking bank or whatever, the Capitol or whatever that was. She threw that one guy against the wall, and his head hit the wall first and left that blood spot on the wall. I was like, okay. I mean, but that's what they should lean into. They should lean into the aspect that the fact that DC is more adult-like, and like their characters are more grittier and dark. Yes, because they have way more rated R properties than Marvel does. Like, the only thing that Marvel has that's rated R is Deadpool.
What does DC have?
Suicide Squad is rated R.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the new Batman with Robert Pattinson is rated R.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, that, I mean.
And the sad part is I wasn't so mad. Like, watching it the second time, as much as I dislike Ben Affleck as Batman, Snyder's version of him was so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
And then also, too, another thing with...
he doesn't have that scene. The best part is he doesn't have that scene where he ejaculates in his suit when Superman shows up. It's like at the very end, remember when Superman shows up and he goes, he like has this ejaculation look on his face because he realizes that... And again, back to the point, he's useless as fuck through the whole thing.
I mean, he was the playing guy. That was basically what his job was. I'm the playing guy.
Yeah, I know. And he's the billionaire. He's the one that can, because they don't have money.
And he can, Wonder Woman does. She has a job.
Yeah, she has money.
Barry has a job now.
Yeah, but he's still poor. Superman,
I mean, but he don't need
how about
money,
that?
though,
How about he shows the world the way it really is?
But Barry, I was going to say, Barry don't need money, though.
This bitch's son basically sacrificed himself to save the fucking planet, and they still took her fucking house. They took her house. They're like, yeah, it don't matter.
You know banks don't give a fuck about that.
And I liked how Marvel did that shit, too.
Yeah.
I like how Marvel threw that in there.
Right.
Because the truth is, we don't pay our heroes shit.
No.
The real heroes that we have in society don't get paid.
But, I mean, although... I guess maybe they couldn't keep that. But that's from the comics. They should have kept that from the comics. Like, Tony Stark absolutely pays them a stipend. Like, they get a stipend.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
But no, they absolutely do in the comics. It's like canon that they get a stipend for being heroes and whatnot.
That's the thing is, I think that they were getting a stipend, but Tony Stark's gone.
No, they weren't getting a stipend because.
No, I think it was the 5-year blip that caused her to lose that thing because
you talking about
him. We went to the other.
Yeah, you talking about whatchamacallit and Marvel together because in Marvel, if you watched, did you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Come on,
they asked them that.
What?
How they were surviving, like how did they have money and shit when him and his sister was trying to go to the bank?
Yeah, and he said that basically, it was good.
It was goodwill from the people.
People, yeah, but at the same time, he still got like a place to stay and all that other shit paid for.
Well, I mean, that's true. But I'm saying they never actually flat out. They won't flat out say that Iron Man is footing the bill for everything. But in the comics, that's what was happening. Like Iron Man pays for all their trips. He pays for all their weaponry, all their gadgets and stuff.
The way he was with Spider-Man, you kind of got that feeling. I felt that way through the whole thing because the way they've treated the way he is with the whole with Tony Stark, the way he was through all the movies, he was definitely okay. Well, here, go get him, go get the jet, go do what you got. Like it was. I felt like anybody that was an Avenger or anybody that worked with him got whatever they needed. Now, that doesn't mean that they were getting paid big fucking money. That just meant, like you said, they basically, you're going to go to fucking Russia for us. We're going to pay for your food. We're going to pay for the trip. We're going to make sure you have a place to stay.
In the comics, they was getting a stipend.
I'm sure they were.
Tony Stark was how they was living. All the income came from him.
Well, maybe they were. Maybe because they didn't say yes or no to an extent, but maybe he was getting decent money. And it was, the 5-year blip of him being gone is basically how everything failed. Because him being gone is one of the reasons.
Well, I don't know if that mattered because she was saying like she didn't want to help and she was and.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too. She wasn't accepting help.
Right, so I don't think he had been helping.
Yeah,
at all.
And it was her fault. She didn't want him to help.
Yeah, and I guess maybe he probably thought.
He would just buy it off.
Yeah, he probably thought he still had, that he still had money.
Because I'm sure, think about it, man. You come back 5 years later, all your money's gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I just went to pay bills over the years and shit.
Or they just took the money because no one thought anybody was ever coming back.
Or that.
So the bank was like, okay, well, this person's been blipped, so...
The money roll back to the bank.
Yeah. Because that's a tough thing to deal with if you're thinking about it in a logical sense.
Agreed.
People just got on.
You'll never, like, you had no experience dealing with anything like that. So it's like, how do you handle it?
Because parts of the world, there's more population left than other parts of the world. It wasn't like half and half throughout equally. It might be half of America disappeared, and a quarter,
only like
3/4 of fucking China disappeared.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to equal out the fucking average.
I mean, well, you would have to imagine that because we have like 3 or 4 such heavily populated places. They would have been hit hardest, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, it would have.
So they would have been
devastated.
Like 3/4 of India and China.
Oh yeah.
Half of America, but then small countries like Jamaica and all these little small places.
If you think about it, it's not just human life that was gone.
There's animal life as well.
Yeah.
So that actually helps the humans' averages because it didn't say half of human life; it said half of all life.
Yes.
So that actually helped the humans out, helped them out to the extent that it was half of everything, not just half of humans.
Okay, so back to the whole dark side equation thing.
He wants the anti-life equation,
which is
a formula that allows you to control the mind of everything in the universe.
Oh wow, and it's on Earth.
Yes.
It's been on Earth.
Yes, and supposedly we just found that out.
Yes, because
Steppenwolf saw it. He said he saw it. He told Darkseid, but Darkseid still has no proof. And even if he does, obviously now he's afraid of attacking Earth.
He'd still, just for the chance of being right.
Well, yeah, because you see what he told that man in the epilogue. He was like, "Bitch, we will stop at nothing."
Yeah. So Earth stopped him from being something long time ago.
Yeah, because if he had conquered, well, I mean, he didn't know about the answer.
Yeah.
I guess he would have found it if he had conquered Earth, but he didn't know about it. But he didn't know that it was on Earth back then.
Right. Oh.
I don't have my $5 fucking bill. I got it. Have a $5 bill. Bam, got it. Okay, so yeah, I don't get the whole anti-life thing, but
I mean,
it's just, it's like basically the gauntlet, I guess.
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, well, I guess in the sense it's like that.
Gives you all power.
Yeah.
Makes you the most powerful being there is in whatever universe. Now, so that means if there's multiple universes, it's probably already been done in a couple. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about multiple universes that gets crazy is you start thinking about that kind of shit. But yeah, I don't know. Good talk.
No, I was looking up about the anti-life equation.
Yeah, well, would you find anything?
Like, apparently it's a sentient being, not just a mathematical formula. And it can also bring people back from the dead.
Really?
Yes.
So, was Superman dead? Or was he like in the comic, do you think?
I don't think Superman was ever truly dead. I think
Because in the comic he wasn't dead.
he was just injured too gravely to be able to regenerate as fastly as he normally would. I think he was in that casket, like slowly regenerating, because before they ever talked about bringing him back, when they first buried him, if you remember, they buried him and they zoomed out and it showed the little dust crumbs on top of the casket and they were moving. So I don't think he ever actually died.
Well,
I don't think.
did Snyder do that one too?
That was Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Who directed that? Did Snyder direct that? I don't remember, Fox.
I don't either.
I got to look it up.
I don't know.
But that's the dilemma that they have now. Which one is going to be considered canon?
Well, not the fucking... No way. Well, if they're doing time travel in the other one, then you would think it would be the one...
Oh yeah, Zack Snyder directed Batman vs Superman.
I just don't remember if that's good or not.
It was a flop.
I know it was a flop, but that doesn't mean it wasn't good.
It wasn't. That's why it was a flop, because it wasn't good.
How do you get Justice League then?
You act like making bad movies and stop DC. Like literally every movie they have made has been bad except for Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
What?
I mean, not counting like, your...
Aquaman did well.
Aquaman made $1 billion. It's the only movie they have. Well, the Joker, the new Joker made $1 billion. But those are the only two movies they have that have made well. And I take that back because once again, we talking about new age now. We're not talking about because Christopher Nolan's Batman. I think one of them made $1 billion.
Yeah, it made good money.
Yeah, they all made really good money, and they're still like highly regarded as like the best comic book movies ever. I mean, they're pretty good. They're fucking good. I like.
They're really good.
Bane was good. Tom Hardy was amazing as Bane. Like he was pretty good.
I think what's his name in the first one was great too. Liam Neeson. How big is Liam Neeson's dick? Does he really have a big dick?
That's what all the female actresses are saying.
That's what everyone says. It's like there's this great show that Kevin Smith does. He's probably going to start doing them live again. But it was a live show that he would do with this guy named Ralph Garman. And basically it's like this whole thing, like they do emails and they do all kinds of shit. Like you can send them an email. They do like shout outs at the show type shit. They have their segments. They have like Justin Bieber sucks. We fucking hate, and it's like a theme song where they sing about hating Justin Bieber. And they just tell you some stupid shit that Justin Bieber did during the week to make you know that he sucks.
Wow.
But shit, man, I lost it again.
Well. We were talking about them making shitty movies. Oh, I take that back because I think Shazam made $1 billion.
Oh, Shazam was good too. I forgot how good that was. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking good. Oh no.
No.
It did not make $1 billion.
Billion's a lot.
It is a lot. Wonder Woman didn't even make $1 billion, neither of them. Well, the second one had never really had a chance.
Yeah, it kinda got fucked. I don't think the first one was released in China.
The first Wonder Woman?
Probably not. And that's, to tell you the truth, that's one of like Marvel's things. How do you get 1 billion views? Release in China. We couldn't be in China right now. They'd have thrown our asses in jail.
Oh hell yeah. I need to know what the fuck they gonna do with Black Widow.
That comes out May, right?
Supposed to. I don't know why they're not releasing it on streaming though.
You think they're gonna bring her back? Like, just from another universe. They obviously can't bring her back because of the stone.
I don't think so. I think
This is a bid to farewell.
I think one of the Black Widows in the movie is gonna be the new Black Widow, because
What the hell?
that was one of the things. That was one of the things that got messed up by COVID, because technically Black Widow was supposed to come out last year at the early part of the year, so it was supposed to come out before all of these TV shows.
There's a cop in the backyard. He like hopped over the fence.
Mm-hmm. Fox, what the fuck is this pepper on this pizza?
Oh, the hot? That's Cajun crust. You don't like Cajun crust? Mmm.
I ain't gonna say I don't like it, but my lips was dry.
So it's a good pizza.
My lips was dry,
Dry.
and so now they cracked a little bit, and this crust is burning the fuck out of my lips.
Yeah, it's got my tongue on fire. They really put some Cajun on it. I hope those old people are okay.
Oh, that might be what it is. It might be a wellness check.
I don't think so, because they're not home.
Oh,
The card's not there.
well, I mean, it looked like they're trying to find a way inside the house.
Fuck yeah, they're not. Well, he didn't sneak. He climbed over the fence. He's not sneaking. He's being very blunt about people knowing he's here.
Yeah, I was about to say his partner's in the street, so they know he there.
The hell are they looking at that house for? I wonder. It's two old people, man. Man, my shit is on fire right now. Whew.
Did you like Falcon and Winter Soldier?
We're moving on to that. You got any final thoughts on the other one?
I gotta look more and see what they talking about doing for this Flashpoint movie.
Well, it's got me interested now.
Well, that's what I was about to say. But that Flashpoint movie, they've been trying to make that movie since like 2015 or some shit. So it's been doomed from the start. I don't know. Maybe this will give it the juice it needs. I don't think that has mattered. Like, people have just kind of been like, okay, y'all been making shit movies, and that's like one of the biggest DC storylines. So they want motherfuckers want you to get that storyline right. It's kind of like how Marvel fans have been about the Dark Phoenix saga. It's like it's been told wrong so many times. You'd rather it
How many
not
times
be told.
I don't even know the one.
The very first X-Men,
Was it Dark Phoenix Saga?
the third one was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Where
my
she
God.
blows up she blows up Professor X. I completely forgot about that stupid ending.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just a bad movie.
It's the third movie curse. There have been very few trilogies where all three movies have been good. Look at Jurassic Park. First two, great movies. Third one, completely trash. Look at Terminator. First two, good movies. The second one was probably the best sequel ever fucking made. Third one, trash.
The last one, though? The last one was on point.
Which one are you talking about?
The Salvation one. The last one where they bring her back into it. Bring
The mom?
The original mom, yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch that one.
Oh, it's so good because it's
I haven't
kind of like
watched-
this whole like. Basically, the reason why Arnold's in it is because Terminators just keep popping the fuck up. Well, think about it. If you're trying to kill someone from the future, you would send them to multiple. You wouldn't just go, well, let's go to 1979. Let's go send one to 79, send one to 82, send one to 85. Every couple of years, she said they just pop up. And it would be an old school Arnold Schwarzenegger style. Because again, these were all sent
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. And she's been fighting them off. So some other kid is another Terminator. Somebody came back to protect another person who's like, going to be the leader of the resistance.
I haven't.
Because her son died. Like it's like this whole. I don't even want to go into it because it kind of like ruins shit.
I haven't seen Terminator since T3.
They're all crap. They don't. This one goes. It's resets.
Because there was also a Terminator 4, and then it was like,
Yeah, it had fucking Claire Danes in it.
yeah.
And they put him. It was the one where he. It's him as a teenager, basically like an teenage adult, and he meets Claire Danes, and they escape to. They survived the apocalypse by being in a bunker. Like her dad was like head of the people that did the whole thing, or some stupid shit. I don't know. That one was dumb. Fish. Compared to the last one. Honestly, the only one is better than the first one. Not better than the second one. The second one's got its own uniqueness.
Yeah, I mean, T2 is the best. It's arguably the best sequel ever. Like, I mean, you can't beat that. Like, it actually was better than the first movie.
Because
And that's hard to do.
this one has an actual twist at the end. Like, not at the end, but kind of halfway through. It gives you a little like, oh shit, that's why he's here.
I need to watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I definitely. It was like Rocky for me. I watched Rocky 1 and 2, and I think after that I gave up on them.
Well,
Now they done Rocky 3 and 4, and then
3 and 4. 4 was the one with the fucking where Apollo Creed dies.
that's why I can't watch 4.
I never watched them, so
I get
I
past.
watched 1. I think I've seen 1, and I've never seen any other one.
I get past that part. I get past what's his name, Living in America, and then
You know what blows my weight back about that first movie?
what?
I had no idea he loses. Movies made when I was born. My dad wasn't a big Rocky fan, so obviously, and I had watched it when I was a fucking adult. Like I was in my 20s when I watched it for the first time. So when I saw him lose, I'm like, oh shit, he loses. This is actually a pretty good movie. Like wow, no wonder people like this movie. It's actually not the same. Like he
Well,
wins.
it's a setup movie. It's like one of the first setup movies.
He wins, but he doesn't.
Right. It was
life,
set up
he
for the
wins.
second movie.
Well, I don't think there was supposed to be a second. I think it was
Oh, yeah.
supposed to show you can win at life without winning every event.
No.
That's what I got from it. I got that he won at life, yet he still lost. He won the war, but lost the battle.
Okay, well, you tell me why there's been 5 Rockies since then.
Because it was a fucking huge hit. Did you know that Star Wars Star Wars was a one-time thing when he first did it. He made it with the intentions of only making one. That's why he blew up the Death Star. The thing that was the big essential thing of the whole thing, he blows it up in the first movie. If you're actually setting up a fucking sequel, you don't blow up the thing that's actually going to be your next, like your.
I didn't say he said nothing up. But I'm telling you, that Rocky 1 was a setup.
I know, okay. Maybe you're right.
You can believe it if you want to.
Because didn't he write it?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the whole. Sylvester Stallone wrote the whole thing.
He's written every one of them.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe he did go into it knowing he is that kind of cocky dude.
He went into it hoping, at least.
Yeah, I'm sure he definitely went into it hoping.
Because then look at every movie since then. He wins in every movie since then.
Yeah.
He ain't lost a fight
But
since
that's why
then.
the rest of them suck.
Okay, maybe that's fine. But he didn't go into this trying to make good movies. He wanted to make a franchise.
And he did.
That would make him super popular. And
Oh.
it did. He ran the fucking 80s with Rocky.
And, well, not just Rocky, dude. Don't forget, that was the same time fucking Rambo was going.
Yeah, I forgot.
Rambo was huge.
Did you see that pitiful excuse for a movie that he did, that remake of Rambo?
Not remake, it was extensions. I
Oh.
seen the one where he... Dude, it's gory as fuck, man.
I
Like,
thought
you
it was
literally watch people's fucking eyeballs get shot out with arrows. Like, dude, it's... You're standing there, you're watching it, and the dude's like... He comes up, he does his thing, and he goes... And next thing you know, you see the fucking arrow go through the dude's head, and the dude's like... And there's a fucking arrow in his head. And it was like, hold... They pull out a 50 cal. It fucks some people up. Granted, it's corny as shit because he's a 60-year-old dude running around in the fucking jungle being fucking Rambo. So, don't get me wrong, it's corny as fuck.
Does he run like an old dude?
No, he's actually way... At that time, he was still running like... Okay, he wasn't running like fucking Samuel L. did in fucking Marvel's... where he's running like... I'm supposed to be 30 years old and I'm fucking running like I'm 80.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I just rewatched that the other day, and that was one of the things I was thinking about. I was like, every time they filmed him from the waist up, because he just got that old man walk. You can tell he old as fuck by how he walks.
Constantly shaking the hip. It's not an old man walk, it's an old black man walk. That's pimped out his whole fucking life. I don't give two fucks about it.
It definitely got a little swag to it. The way he definitely be like, yeah, but you know.
It's that when someone asks you about it, you go, oh, you know, it's just it leans too far that way. I gotta sway with it.
That's what was that song? I can't remember the song. I walk with a limp because my dick is heavy. I can't remember the song, but that's the song.
All right, so on the Marvel, I did watch it and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good action.
I think that's all this is going to be, though. I don't think this is going to be no.
There's not going to be any twist. Who's the baddie?
Zemo, the same one from the movies.
What? He was in the
Captain
movies?
Zemo. Yeah, he fucking
What movies?
Winter Soldier. He was the one that stole the book and
So he's
woke up the Winter Soldier and revealed that he killed Iron Man's parents.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. I haven't.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he was from Sokovia, and his family died. I'm assuming in the same raid that killed Wanda's parents.
Right. Which we thought might not be dead, but as of right now, they're dead.
As of right now, they are. I mean, I think there's still a chance for them to have been adopted and them to retcon it and say
there's
Magneto
definitely a
was
possibility because they can.
Yeah, they could do that easily.
Yeah.
Because how do you not use that? Like if you're trying to bring in mutants,
I think people, but I don't. I think it's going to be easy to bring the mutants in because I think it's going to be one of those things where, okay, it's like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man was running around in the universe with him, blah 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 blah. And if you think about it, the X-Men are young. So, granted, the people that are their seniors aren't. So, but if you have someone like Xavier understands the situation and might have been in somewhat hiding, you know what I'm saying, the whole time, and then gets blipped. So he can't really do anything, you know, he can't make himself known in Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, and then comes back after the blip, and that's when but he could be a young adult, because you're talking, a lot of the stuff comes from Sokovia. They basing a lot of stuff in that whole, so you could still kind of play especially if you make him older, you could still play the whole, he's, you know, from the, like you said, they don't age as fast.
I was about to say, that's the one thing about X-Men. It's like, seeing all of their powers kind of allow them to not age.
And what if Wolverine's got a fucking brain problem or memory problem, or he's just been in hiding?
I thought of something really dope they could do with his character. He could be a patient in like a mental hospital or something.
Yeah.
And
where they super drugged him because
yeah.
he keeps breaking out, and then every time they just drug the fuck out of him, or he's being experimented on constantly by somebody in the military.
Okay, that could explain why
he's just being tortured constantly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I liked I don't know, I like the Bucky angle they're going with it. I liked how they showed how they're basically like, and again, it's different worlds, so it's not comparable to our world, obviously, after the blip, but the reality is that's what would happen. If everyone just came back, there'd be so many people who have nothing anymore. Because your family could have died. Like, your whole life could have been, like, everyone you knew could have died in that 5 years.
Husband or wife could have moved on and remarried.
It probably did. You can assume that most do.
I mean, absolutely.
Especially when you're dealing with grieving and, you know.
And especially if we're young, like if we're in our 20s.
Well, society collapsed, basically, is what they make it sound like. Is most of the world, any kind of structured society collapsed. Minus a few places.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. kind of held up, you would assume, in certain areas. But I'm assuming the Midwest and areas that are rural collapsed. Because there's no one there. You know what I'm saying? And people just became rebels. And like, okay, if you don't know what the fuck happened, no one has any idea what happened. The only people that know are the fucking superheroes. Well, I guess they did tell him.
That's the movie.
No, they did tell him, didn't they?
Yeah. But that's the movie I want to see. The movie that talks about...
I think that would be a good series.
Yeah, that talks about what happened during the blip, during those 5 years. That would be...
Outside of the Avengers.
Yes, like how it affected everyday life.
Which
like
they could do
people.
with the mutants.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They could have certain people who are, you know, hiding their abilities, or they hadn't been awakened, because it doesn't a mutant of power not awaken until you're a teenager or an adult.
All right.
What if they?
It comes with puberty.
What if they decide to make it so they push the age back?
Personally, I think what they're going to do for all of the mutants who aren't like established, who have a backstory that you absolutely have to keep to, like
Xavier and
Wolverine, Magneto.
Yeah, because Wolverine doesn't make sense unless you just make him young and he can live another 1,000 years, which won't work.
No, like he has to be old as shit already.
You go in and grab the package off the front.
Yeah.
Like there's been too much actual history that he's lived through in the comics, and that has influenced his story for that to be ignored. Like he was in like all of the wars that we fought in, pretty much. So like you have to kind of.
He would have fought alongside. Maybe he did fight alongside Captain America.
There's a story in the comics where Captain America freed him from a prison.
That's possible too. The Nazis, like Hydra, was working on him.
He was a military prisoner.
Oh.
That was when he was with the Howling Commandos. I wish I could have caught him before he placed that order. I'm trying to hold on to this can of soda because when I tell you I'm thirsty, and this is all I got besides water. If she don't want no water, I just drank 4-5 bottles while
I don't think they're going to introduce them in this.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to get any big introductions in this one.
Oh no, this is purely just like for the. This is for the casual people who miss the Marvel movies, the spectacle, the explosions, and all. Did you saw that first episode? The first episode was nothing but fucking explosions.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit with the
flying and
well,
shit.
Yeah, you had to show off Falcon.
Right, that's all that was. So I feel like that's what this series is going to be. It's just going to be a lot of popcorn,
Hey,
excitement, action type shit. Because it's only 6 episodes long. If anything, maybe the very last episode has maybe the very last episode has implications. Or something. All of these shows are supposed to tie together. So,
well, I'm wondering because to be honest with you, it's a better idea to make it so people have to buy fucking like it's a good. It sounds like something that a corporation trying to get people to subscribe to their thing. It's like something good. Like it would make sense to do. Like here, if you want people to subscribe, give them a reason to subscribe. Let people have one come out that people realize. Oh shit, you're gonna find out shit in between the movies, and if you want to stay caught up, you need to be a full Marvel nerd and watch all the shit.
Well, I think that's what he's I think he's accepting that
because the nerds are gonna watch.
But that's the thing. I think he's accepting that not everybody has the time or wants to be that Marvel nerd that catches any and everything. So I think he's leaving it for the movies to keep the general fan going in the saga with everything, and using the TV shows or Disney Plus to do all the backstory and the lore, all the comic book stuff that all the fans want. Because even though we were so wrong about a lot of shit on WandaVision,
way wrong.
I mean,
I was wrong too. She didn't blow up anything.
I mean, but that's the thing. They still had so many comic book references that regular people didn't get.
I get that, but it's also the first one, and it was going to be the only one. They already knew it was one season, done with. So they're like, let's give all the Wanda fans. Yeah, getting jacked, huh?
But this one is likely going to be one series too. The only one that they've talked about having multiple seasons was Loki.
I could see Anthony Mackie is the type of dude who's a TV series. He's great. Like he was a great sidekick for Captain America. But what I mean is he when he was in Altered Carbon, he was great. I'm saying he's really good at series. He's a
that may
good
be true.
Character, and I think so is Bucky. I think they're both ones that they can keep going with this whole.
That may be true, but as of now, the only one that is set to have multiple seasons is Loki.
And probably What If.
And added to and What If, and added to the fact that this shit was the way it was supposed to come out. Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to be the first one to come out. That was supposed to come out August of last year. So
this was?
Yes, Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to be the first one.
I know. Okay. My point is these first couple ones. I agree with you. You're not going to have a ton of reveals, shit like that, in these first couple series. But in the next couple, because these ones were supposed to be out already. You know what I'm saying? These are going to bring in the casual fans who are the big fans of the Marvel. Now you start tying movies, and people start seeing these movies really start play together. Because they kind of played together in the last one, but now you're going to see way more of them playing together. Because if you think about it, after the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy had nothing to do with Avengers. Ant-Man really had nothing to do with it. In the end credits it did. But I think these next couple movies are gonna do. You're literally gonna see these universes colliding to the point where parts of movies are gonna feel more like, oh well, this is Spider-Man's movie. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have, and it after this phase shows the regular casual fans that, then they're gonna be like, all right, now you want to really see this work? We're gonna do the same shit in the fucking Loki. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna start dropping these reveals throughout these TV series. That way, you sign up.
I mean, I get that, and I get why you say that. Absolutely, it's just Kevin Feige said differently.
Oh, well, I guess.
And he seems committed to not forcing people to become fanatics about the shit. Like he seems fine with the casual fans going to the movies, and the comic book people who know the stories inside and out, going to Disney Plus and getting all the backstage stuff. Because if you notice it, the way WandaVision ended, even though it's supposed to go directly into Spider-Man,
it didn't.
You literally could watch the movies without watching WandaVision and won't feel like you missed anything. Like nothing happened in that series that would make you be like, oh, you cannot watch Spider-Man without watching WandaVision.
Well, I think that's also to do with the fact that they didn't know if they were going to have Spider-Man when they made WandaVision.
No, I think
remember they were at that point where they didn't know yet?
I think they did. Because this movie was still under contract. They had to make this movie. What they didn't know was what they were going to do with him moving forward. Because when he first signed on, he was contracted to like 3 solo movies, and I think it was 2 cameo movies. And his 2 cameo movies was Civil War and either Infinity War or Endgame. Infinity War had to be because he was in Infinity War. He was in both of them.
He was in both of them.
But I mean, I'm saying like for like a starring role, because he could sign on. He could. Yeah,
because in the other one he was just kind of there.
He was at the end. Like,
yeah,
I was about to say,
the first one he was all the way through to the point where they're like, goodbye.
I mean,
they're gonna probably have that. What if, aren't they?
I'm sure. Yeah, like what if other people got dusted?
Yeah.
Or
what if Iron Man got dusted instead of Spider-Man?
Well, I mean, I'm just curious to see. First of all, I want to see this first trailer for Spider-Man, but because of what's coming out, it's not. We won't see a trailer. We probably won't see a trailer until maybe about July or August, because obviously you're not gonna fuck with Black Widow and Shang-Chi because you gotta promote these movies and get people to go see them. Although, I mean, people at this point, people are probably just gonna see Black Widow just to fucking
get the fuck out.
Yeah, because it's like at this point, it's been drugged out too much. They've really overdone this shit.
How long does it last though?
What?
Like going to the fucking movies. How much longer does it last?
Well, they just opened up in Los Angeles.
Yep. The movies have been open here.
I was going to say, I think
they're
opened
at 50%.
Up in New York too.
They're 50% capacity here.
I think they opened in New York too. So it's getting there. But the thing about it is, that hasn't mattered. Like, people are proving that they don't want to go to the movies. Because nothing is still making money at the movies.
Because there's nothing out.
No, that's not true.
Everything
that HBO Max has released on HBO Max has been out in the theaters as well.
That's true. And there's nothing I watched on HBO Max that I really would have seen on the theater. For one, I definitely wouldn't have gone for a 4-hour movie to the theater.
But families, yes. Families would have probably went to see Tom and Jerry. Families would have probably
Tom and Jerry would have done a lot better. You're right.
But that's what I'm saying. Even if these movies are doing terrible, people are choosing not to go see them.
Yeah, because do you want to take your kids to a chance to possibly get...
I mean, but that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it hasn't really mattered that they open these theaters up, because people are proving that they'd rather
they don't
sit at the house and watch it.
Fuck yeah. And they pay. Dude, it's just they're gonna find a better way. They're gonna realize they're gonna make way more money.
The better way is the premium access way. I think personally, the price is just too high. If they bring that premium access down to $19.99,
how much is it?
$30. Which for some movies you may be inclined to pay $30.
Yeah,
but some movies you're not.
Well, okay. Think about this.
Like Mulan, I'm not gonna pay $30 to see fucking Mulan.
No, but
I may go for Black Widow.
Are you gonna go to the theater and see Mulan?
Possibly.
No,
not with you.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
But possibly
as a night out with somebody else.
Yes, I have friends that we would possibly be interested in going to see Mulan in the theaters, and then also too, look at what else? That Denzel Washington movie. Like, Denzel usually turns out a good crowd to the movie theater. The Little Things, if that had been a regular movie release, that probably would have done much, much better in the theaters.
Yeah. But the thing about it is listening to this economist talk about it, they make more money off of me signing up to HBO Max to watch that movie than they do off that movie.
Yes, because the money you pay for a movie ticket, they split with the theater and this, that, and the third. That subscription money goes straight to them.
And it's also money that's constantly coming in.
Yes, and it comes in every month as opposed to that one-time ticket. Yeah. This is true.
But so there's that's my point. Is the companies are starting to understand it, and I think you're right. Disney right now feels like they feel like they can. Yeah. But at some point they're going to realize that they're going to start competing with, because it's more of a luxury. In their mind, if you're gonna buy Mulan, you're probably gonna buy it when you have your friends' kids over. You could have 8 kids watching the fucking movie, plus 2 parents. They're losing all that ticket share.
That's. I mean, I get that completely.
And that's not really that much money, but it's tickets. It's the.
So, dude, they would have made tons more money off of it if they would have came in at $20.
Yes.
$20 is the normal price.
Even more if they'd come in at 10.
But they're not gonna do that.
No. But what I'm saying is POV costs $19.99. There's no membership for that. That's just part of your cable. This is different. You're paying premium access to get all the stuff, plus you'll get early access to this stuff for an extra $10 per viewing.
But then they have to go up on that $6 a month.
I don't think so. I think people would buy it twice.
Absolutely, they have to go up on that.
I think you would get people to buy it multiple times.
But I'm saying you're giving away too much for $6 a month. Like, in order to justify doing that, you would have to go up on the monthly price. It would have to go up to at least like $12 a month. I would say, if you're gonna cut $10 off of new movies compared to the PVOD price. Because at the end of the day, like, even though it is an extra $10, like, I might be still inclined to pay the PVOD price just to not deal with having to pay monthly to some company. So you got to do it like a perk situation, where like, okay, get Disney Plus Premium for an extra this a month, and with it you get reduced fees on all new PVOD releases. Maybe you get early access to new releases or something, instead of having to wait till 3 a.m. when they drop. Maybe you get them at 12 instead, or some shit like that. Like, you'd have to give it perks, but you'd also have to make the entry price.
I still think
$20.
Either way, $20 is fine.
Yeah,
I'd pay $20.
I would have paid $20 for Mulan. I would have paid $20 for Raya.
But I'm thinking,
but I didn't pay $30 for either.
Business person, and I'm not a very good one. In my head, I'm thinking, if I give it to you for $10, there's a chance you're going to buy it twice. So I already get that $10 back that you saved. On top of that, the real addicts are going to buy it 3 times to 4 times now, because in their head it's only $10, and they're just sitting there one day bored, and they're like, "It's only $10. Fuck it."
Will they, or will they just?
No, they will.
Or will they just buy it once and watch it as many times as they can within that window?
That maybe, but maybe not.
Because that's what I would usually do.
Yeah, But there's other people who are true addicts in the situation. That's like, alcohol companies, like beer companies, don't make money off of you, the guy who drinks a beer once a month.
I mean,
all their money comes from their addicts.
True, but
just in the same with us, all our money comes from addicts.
Okay, I get it, but at the same time, Paul or Fox,
what the fuck? What's that for?
I don't know. I just feel like people are finicky with their money, and
yeah, I know that some are. But then there's a bunch of rich people who have a bunch of expendable income, and $10 to them is just $10. It literally doesn't mean nothing.
Well, that may be true, Fox.
It's a peck in the pecking order.
That may be true.
So now I'm just saying, 20 though takes a certain class. Like there's still a bunch of people who say $20, fuck it, who cares? I'll watch it 80 times.
$20 is just a way to get everybody and still get your share. I think it'd be hard to justify getting your share with the $10 because even though you will have people that will buy repeat viewings, that number is going to be astronomically smaller than the number of people that are only going to buy it once. Not to mention, because keep in mind there are quite a lot of people that do this, that get the subscription just to watch a certain movie, and then either cancel it or let it lapse. Because there were a lot of people that did that wanted to watch Mulan, so they just did the free trial.
But when you have a movie every month that everyone wants to see, or every 2 months, people are gonna let their shit last because they want to see that fucking movie.
Not true.
I mean,
a lot of people wanted to see Raya. Not many people wanted to see Mulan. So it just depends on the property that's coming out.
Right, but I'm saying their numbers didn't go down in that point. It just their numbers have been going up as far as I know.
I mean, they've been gaining subscribers. They're in like a year and something, they're already at half of Netflix's numbers. I think they have like right under 100 million subscribers now.
It's gonna be them too.
I mean, it is already. Like, there is nobody else that's even close.
Yeah.
Like, I think HBO Max had like 20 million people, 20 or 30 million.
I think HBO
so it's not even close.
Is going to be there too at some point because they have
not long as they cost as much as they do. I know nobody that's willing to pay that $15 a month.
If you're a Game of Thrones fan, they're going for addicts.
That's true, but that's a small number of people that are willing to pay that $15 a month.
It's enough.
It's not enough to compete with the likes of Disney Plus and Netflix.
But they're not charging you for movies either.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I didn't pay for my movies.
You didn't pay. I get what you're saying. I guess
that's the difference.
That's why it's $15. Though you're paying for the movies. That's why it's $15.
Okay, if they give me, let me think about it in this sense. If you give me 4 movies in a year that I would have gone to the theater and I can sit at home and watch. And maybe a 5th that was a maybe, and then you give me the any kind of Game of Thrones series, and the series that they have, because they already have. You got to know they have 5 or 6 series.
It does pay for itself.
Yes, it's a very good deal, and it's catching up.
It's still expensive.
It is,
and not many people are going to pay because Fox
price will drop as
when I talk to the everyday people I talk to every day at work.
Everyday people I talk to every day at work.
These people they're willing to pay that little $7 a month for Disney Plus. They're absolutely not willing to pay that $15 a month for HBO Max. My homeboy Cochise I've been trying to talk to about fucking what's the name of that fucking show? I feel like this would be right up his alley, but His Dark Materials. I feel like that would be right up his fucking alley, but he has no interest in paying their money every month for HBO Max, and they don't have an HBO subscription. So I equate him to be like
price.
Yes, but you don't notice that price because usually if you have HBO, you have a cable package, so you're paying for that all together. So you don't think about the individual cost of HBO.
Either way, because it's part of my package, so I don't.
I was about to say I don't think about.
I would definitely. It'd be one of the ones if I gave up cable that I definitely would get. I get Hulu, that, and Netflix. Those are my 3 things.
I don't even really need Hulu.
It has a lot of anime we love.
It would be okay. I can see that.
We love anime, and it would give me TV, and I could actually, if I wanted to, have sports on it. Because Hulu has live sports.
You can get sports with Disney Plus.
I know, ESPN.
But
Hulu's the
that's the package deal.
I know.
It's
That's what I'm
Hulu,
saying. But I would do that. I would do that package.
Disney.
That Hulu. When I say Hulu, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
That whole package.
I could
would
do it on Netflix.
Yeah, I have to do Netflix because
I
Stranger Things 4 is going to be.
It's coming out this summer.
Dude, I'm super excited about that one. And I love the way they drop shit. I so love to be able to binge it.
Oh, to be honest, yeah, it's middle of March. We should be getting a trailer or something soon.
You think he's alive?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, with the way CGI is going right now, the way they're able to do shit in the Marvel movies, and the new, like Pokemon, I'm really amped up to see what the fuck they're gonna do with these dragons,
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty fucking dope,
dude. And there's another thing too, if there's something like, if I see a show's on like I go, oh man, that might it. I see the trailer. Oh god, that looks interesting. That could be cool.
Yeah.
And then it goes ABC Monday. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Oh.
I have no interest in watching it. I'm like, if it was on HBO, if it said HBO, if it said Showtime, if it said Netflix, if it said Amazon Prime, my head be like, yep, or Hulu.
Well, this is the thing.
Even FXX Hulu, which is no swearing and shit, but their fucking content is brilliant.
That's the thing about it, because Disney has the money, but they would water down the fucking content. So I guess I agree with you. Like, it has to come on fucking HBO.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only place.
HBO or which is the Warner, yeah.
I mean, it could maybe come on FX, because FX does American Horror Story.
That's what I'm saying. FX does some good shit.
Yeah.
The Dick one, not Dick, Little Dicky. His my name is.
Oh, hi, my name is Dickie.
No, it's not Dicky. It's Dave.
Hi, my name is Dave.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dave. Yeah, he's Dave. Dude, it's a great little series, man. If you haven't watched it yet,
I watched half of episode 1 and fell asleep on it. And was supposed to come back to it and forgot all about it.
Dude. Like, his hype man is his original hype man.
I did not know that.
In the show. Yeah, he brought Gaeta with him. And he, Gaeta has this whole scene where he, loses his shit because he's on fucking, he, got off his pills or didn't have his pills or something. So he's bipolar. He went into a bipolar, they kind of went into it, some mental health shit.
Right.
It was he was like, oh, I got bipolar. I got problems. And they're like, it's Little Dicky, who's a white Jewish kid from fucking, some rich area. And then another kid, his best friend, who was in the same gifted school or some shit with him, who's a DJ. And they're like, okay. Because Gaeta is, straight ghetto. He in his mind, I'm sure he was thinking these dudes are just gonna beat the shit out of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No one has this ain't no fuck. What the fuck? Get the fuck out your head. And some whatever however they treat it in that world.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
I'm sure they ignore it and they.
Yeah, I was about to say ignore it. I guess.
And when someone comes out about it, you beat them up for being a pussy. So
sounds about right.
Yeah, so he's expecting that, and then you got Little Dicky's cool. Because he understands, he knows, he's probably in his head at one point thought he was a fucking bipolar person.
Not cool.
Because Little Dicky is fucking weird. When you get into who he is as a person, he's a weird guy, man.
He seemed weird from the fucking trailer to the show.
Oh man, he is. It's funny. That's why it's so funny, is because he's remember Monk? Dude, that's a great show. I used to watch that shit all the time on replay. Never the original. I never saw an original showing of Monk.
You better like Tony Shalhoub.
Dude, he was awesome. With his stupid weird ass. It made me feel cool because I felt so awkward as a person.
Like awkward people can be cool.
Yeah, and this dude's like cool as fuck and saving the day. And can't even touch shit.
That's funny.
He's way worse than I am.
Like a germaphobe.
Yeah, I just think if I have a cough, I got, I don't know, Parkinson's or something. I'd have some weird, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Conversations in my head.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Insecurity will do that to you, man. I hope you never see it.
Well, I mean, don't let all the confidence fool you. I still get insecure about some things.
Oh, I know. Everyone does. I get that now. I didn't understand that. That's why it was so hard to be insecure.
Mm-hmm.
You think that because I lived in a man's world. No, you don't. I told my dad. I told my dad I was an atheist at work one day because he lost his job and then lost his unemployment. So then he needed work, so he was coming to help us at a job at ER. And this happened to be a job that we were doing in a building that was empty. It was like we needed to clean this stuff for this house.
Right.
And it was just a building that didn't have any water, it didn't have any, it only had electricity, had no gas, so it had no heat.
Right.
And the water problem, like no water, so the bathrooms obviously didn't work. And my dad was like cleaning it up, like, shouldn't there be a porta-john here somewhere?
Oh, wow.
And this is, I mean, yes, but we understand that it costs money to do that, and we're literally only a block away, so just drive your ass down a block if go to the fucking bathroom if you gotta go to the bathroom, or shit in the fucking can.
Right.
Because people did.
Yeah.
They shat in a can.
I imagine.
So, either way, it's one of those type of jobs. He's with us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm an atheist. Because somehow religion got brought up. And because I was still kind of angry at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you understand.
Man.
Did you get to that point?
Yeah.
Were you an angry atheist too at one point? Angry that people couldn't understand how the fuck... It's not even that they can't understand, it's like... Oh.
Just angry that certain questions couldn't be answered. Like, you looking for information and you're trying to find out why these people are so fanatical about something that they can't even answer questions about.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess 'cause you grew up in a different world than me.
Absolutely. I grew up in the Bible Belt.
I was a Presbyterian.
I grew up in the Bible Belt.
Yeah. Well, the thing is by the time I left Holly, I was still religious at that point. It wasn't until my probably mid-20s when I started questioning it. I started listening to the atheists, and they influenced my little pea brain and made me think that there was no God. That Jesus was probably just some written down shit to control people. I
mean, Christianity has been used as a weapon for I don't know how long.
Almost all religions can be used as a weapon. Not almost all religions can and have been used as weapons.
I mean, the whole basis of them is you have to believe in something you can't see.
I mean,
that takes a special type of person to start with.
Yes. You have to have that. Oh man, I got chilly.
Because all of your intelligent people are empirical in the fact that they believe in what they see, what they can touch, feel, taste, etc. So you want people who are of that mind to believe in something that they can't touch, taste, feel, see. And obviously people are going to be skeptical.
And I'm not saying there's not something after this. I don't know. I'm saying that I don't know. I don't think anybody on this planet or this plane does with any true certainty.
No, I agree. I think everybody's guessing at what's going to happen beyond, and the only people that know are already out of here.
Yeah. Long time ago.
That's my belief.
You think, like, because again, she didn't really, nothing was happening on the planet when WandaVision happened. By the time it was all over, she just kind of like off and everything. She was obviously playing with something. So,
Like, I mean, it wasn't even enough to alert Doctor Strange. That's how insignificant it was.
or maybe he was in the movie. He's off doing something.
Well, I mean, this
Because it's only like how long of a period?
is right after Endgame, so I don't know what his duties would have been after the battle, but after the battle, Doctor Strange would have went wherever he went to do whatever he was going to do, and then this would have started. I imagine he would have went back to the Sanctum, so he would have been in New York, I imagine. But then if you look at Spider-Man...
Well, maybe he's dealing with Spider-Man.
Well, no. Well, I don't know. I mean, that could be the case, but supposedly Spider-Man is like a few months after the end of Endgame.
And this was a few weeks.
Yes. And only happened over the span of a week.
Oh, it was only a week. Okay. So that's why it's just her playing with stuff is going to, at some point, she's probably going to show up in... She's probably going to be the bad.
I don't think
Spider-Man.
I think the way they're playing it, I don't think she's going to be like noticed or recognized as the bad for a while, because I think the reason she was using the astral plane to like read the book is so that Doctor Strange couldn't detect her reading it. That's my guess.
Because he knows. Oh, she knows that.
Oops, a stroke?
No, I don't think so.
What the fuck was that?
Left, right, blue.
Alright. Up, down, left, right, B.
No, it's kind of chilly now. I got shorts on, and it got chilly.
I got on shorts too.
Yeah, well, I ate a lot of pizza, and when I eat fattening food like that, my body like chills the fuck out.
Maybe it's because you sit next to that window, because I feel fine.
Well, that too. I was sitting next to this fucking window.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
And I ate a cookie. So that doesn't help.
It's 55 degrees. What are you saying?
I know. That's cold without the sun.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. I just gotta put something on my legs because there's a breeze that's fucking me up.
I guess.
Here.
There's a
Use
breeze.
your skills and make something out of that.
Not a breeze fucking you up.
Yeah, there's like a breeze come. Oh, it's because of my fan.
I'm dead. Farts.
It is kind of on high right now.
I'm dead. That bitch blowing.
Alright. But it's got to be flopping a little bit. But I should have put pants on.
Cause you.
Oh,
Fox, this just cause you old. That's all it is.
It's just a cookie.
It's cause you old. That's what it is. Your bones getting fragile and they need more warmth. That's all I'm gonna fuck that in.
Turtle. get you. Oh, you don't want to eat. That's got some spicy shit. Spicy shit on it anyway.
Yeah,
The Cajun's definitely ripping.
the cheese bread is good. It's just heavy.
Yes. So, what the hell?
I think that's the turtle one.
So
Yeah, that's definitely Oreo. So.
Listen to what I just got from Jen, because Jen took some cookies down to Florida.
okay.
She says your cookies were killing all kinds of people fucked up and puking or pulling. It says pulling, but I'm assuming it meant puking. You want one, by the way?
Not people puking.
I guess so. They're Chelsea size. Keep that in mind. Be wary.
I mean, Fox, don't play me, because I've eaten like 6 of your cookies at one time before.
I know.
So,
And how was that? So, what did you think of Coming to America? Did we ever talk about that?
yeah, I liked it. It was a lot of people that was mad.
At what? Oh, it was pretty misogynist at first.
No, people, they wanted it to be more ratchet. They wanted it to be like...
Oh, the original Ratchet. But
Let me see, what I'm trying to say is, there were a lot of black people that were upset.
Black Twitter.
Like, for one, people were saying, like, ain't no fucking way he would have turned down Tiana Taylor, which was Wesley Snipes' daughter. Like, these motherfuckers is
Oh,
mad.
the brainless one?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the
I mean, she was just like her aunt.
mom.
That was his
Oh,
sister,
sister.
the first
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
from the
yeah,
original. Yeah, so he was like, but they was up in arms, like, all right, ain't no way you would have turned that me down, blah, 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 XYZ. They was also mad about, what was one other specific thing that they was mad about? I can't think. I don't remember. There was a couple of things that Black Twitter was upset about, but they wanted it to be more ratchet. And I felt like it had good themes in it. It talked about women in terms of leadership.
It showed
It
people
talked about
the
fatherhood.
Yeah, it showed you the crappy way we did it, and we're like, sorry, here, this is the way it should be.
Right. Learning from your mistakes was another big thing.
Yeah. Which is why people who are on that whole tip would be kind of upset about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I said. I said, y'all not grown. You're not adults, because adults we looking at this movie and like, okay, this is...
It's funny.
Right,
It's the
funny.
same kind of...
It's what I'm trying to say is, it pays perfect homage to the original, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because
Even coming out 20
the
years later.
extravagance of the kingdom and the palace and just all of that is so amazingly gaudy.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like there is probably a prince. No offense, but in Africa, that is like that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Donald Trump does it.
I mean, they definitely like that in the Middle East.
Yeah, there's places in the Middle East the same way, except for their women are more covered up.
Oh, well, that's for sure. They definitely ain't coming out in the outfits like them healthy was.
Yeah, and like the Baz. The Baz is the best part. When he wakes up and he realizes that he's about to get a bath from these beautiful women. Because he goes in, he's like, I don't know, when he's talking to his mom.
Oh, yeah. And she in there getting hated.
Dude, she was so good.
That was so funny. That motherfucker came up. He said the royal, what do you say? The royal private parts are clean.
Yeah, something like that.
She said, you better go down again just to be absolutely sure.
I like how they did that too, because they kind of showed like it wasn't just it wasn't a man thing.
Right.
It was just a royal thing. The royals are better than you.
Yeah, they get that kind of treatment because they are royals.
Which again happens in probably in England to this day, and they actually kind of because that's what it is. It's a mockery of England.
Let me find out Queen Elizabeth got somebody eating her coochie.
Oh, I'm sure she get bathed. I'm sure
even that. Let me find out somebody bathing that old bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again,
she gets bathed.
Somebody probably is because she probably can't bathe her own self.
Yeah. She's probably been bathed since she was a child. She's a queen, dude.
I mean,
queen.
Yes, Fox, but this is fucking 2020. Like,
I get that, but she's not been a queen.
We live in an age where, okay, yeah, bitch, you may still be my servants and worship me, but bitch, I can wash my own ass. Like, I gotta imagine that people are probably Fox. I'm gonna look that up. Do people bathe her?
I'm putting money on it. She gets bathed still. Oh, there's no. Yeah.
Fox.
I'm sure they spend millions of pounds on servants to bathe her ass. To keep her proper and clean. What the hell?
No.
What?
She bathes herself.
That's what they tell people.
Fox, I'm telling you, we live in a day and age where that is something that is sacred. People relish their bath time. Don't nobody want nobody in the tub with them while they soaking in their suds. I guarantee you that bitch bathed her own self.
Well, they're actually not coming this way, so I mean, it was like, what the hell's going on?
Fox, I told you.
The people are back home.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Whether or not the queen bathed herself, and she does.
Oh, hold on. Do you think the current queen of England bathes herself? No. Right? You watched enough of that royalty shit. She's from that age.
She drives herself to the grocery store. Why would she not bathe herself?
Because she's from that age. I'm telling you, she probably does it to keep the fucking tabloids off her ass.
Get the fuck out of here. If she drives herself to the grocery store,
which is empowerment for women,
then she absolutely bathes herself. And then there are like, she has like strict rules. She has rules for her bath apparently. Like she takes her bath. Like she has an exact temperature that she likes. She has her bath ran at 7:30 every night. But everything it says here, it says that she does her own bath.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's probably set up for her, perfectly, but she probably gets in it herself. Maybe has help when she's old.
Now, she definitely has help in the sense that
yes,
they run her water, they lay out her clothes, they lay her towels in her, they probably step her into the tub.
When did she become queen?
She's like 90 something.
I saw her one thing and was.
Dude, she's that old?
Like a certain a fourth of an inch of toothpaste put on his toothbrush every morning or some shit
A fourth of an inch.
Yeah, some picky shit like that. Royalty.
Too much.
She was born in 1926.
Wow. Dude, she's
95.
Wow. Wow, when did she become queen?
1952.
Do you think she got royal baths then?
Damn, so she was young when she became queen at like 30 years old.
Yeah. You think she got royal baths then?
Probably not. I don't think so, Fox. I think that being bathed, I think that probably went out in like the 1800s. I don't think.
No, I don't know, man.
No, I don't think so, Fox.
Isn't there a whole movement
I just
right
think
now that
baths have become like a private thing to the point to where people are like, okay, that's my time. That's me. I can bathe my own body. I don't need no help doing that.
I think that started in America. Because bathing used to be a public thing. You used to go to public baths.
Well, I mean, supposedly, if that's the case, then because supposedly they said the British didn't bathe anyway.
Well,
So-
no, they didn't because the plague.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
If you stunk, the fleas wouldn't fuck with you.
Well, that's true. So yes, so nobody was bathing.
You had to be worse than a rat.
Nobody was bathing. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, in the 1900s, people were bathing. That's when people started being more proper. And the royalty was bathing. Royalty was definitely bathing in British area.
I just feel like
So was France royalty.
I just feel like motherfuckers can have for some time now have felt like they could wash their own ass. That's just something I feel like. Now, don't get me wrong. Would I allow my royal chambers to wash my ass if I was the king or if I was royalty? Hell the fuck yes. Bitch, wash all up under these nuts. But that's just me. Personally. But I feel like other people are more inclined to be like, bitch, I can wash my own ass. Like, I don't need no help.
Huh. I don't know.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm not royalty. It's different. You think your bloodline's different?
I don't think that.
Yes, they do.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess they do. Because they wrote, still, Fox. I'm just speaking to.
If you happen to be lucky enough to have had an uncle or an aunt fuck one of them, and or somehow a grandparent be part of that line that happened to be a bastard child, you might be royalty.
I mean, I'm just speaking.
Would you let them? Would you let that? Like, if you showed up to, what was the name of the place?
Buckingham Palace.
No, where took place the movie we were just talking about. Coming to America 2.
Oh, Zamunda.
And what was the name of the next door ones? For the next door people or some shit like that?
Next door, yeah.
You next door, yeah.
I thought that was hilarious. I died at that.
You didn't give them enough fucking effort to.
Next door, yeah. That was too fucking funny.
You know that's because it was fucking. That's written back in the fucking 80s when he did coke, didn't he?
I think he got arrested with coke in the car. I mean, got pulled over with coke in the car.
That's one time he's fucking because he had the outfit. When he's in his prime, he's writing that fucking movie, and he just at some and he comes up with the name. He's so proud of it, and he's like, "What's the name? Oh, fuck it, Next Door, yeah." And it just comes out of nowhere.
Next door, yeah.
The fucking dumbass.
Wesley Snipes, so stupid ass. The fact that every time he come in, that motherfucker come in dancing.
I know. That
could
made no
not.
sense.
And then he said
I thought it was gonna. When that started like that, I was like, "This is so fucking corny."
He said he didn't know none of the choreography. He said he was ad-libbing every fucking thing.
Yeah, you could tell. He was off on everything. He was big close.
Every fucking thing. Like, it looked like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I'm like, bro. But that just made it more funny to me. Like, he was one of the funniest parts of the whole fucking movie to me because
He was out there.
and I kept wondering, like, where was he gonna be like ruthless, or was he just gonna be like comedic, like a bumbling idiot? Because
Is he what? Yeah, because he was playing that. He was kind of on that border.
Yeah, like it could have went either way.
Where
Like
he took over the country.
right, or like come in that motherfucking slaughtered everybody or some shit.
Yeah, but it's a comedy, so it makes more sense him to be the bumbling idiot. I mean,
I think a good movie needs conflict.
He made his sister obedient to the point of she barked like a dog until
For 30 years.
For 30 years.
In the same dress.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I know she lived to come back and play that role. That I would have laughed at that opportunity. Like, yes, bitch, I will absolutely come back and do that. Put that same dress on for 30 years ago. And come in and just bark like a dog in the same mode I was in when people last saw me. Because that's literally the last time we saw her. Was she was doing that. He left her and told her he would come back and never came back.
Never, yeah.
He never came back. He
got married.
Well, he came back when he got married, but by then I assume she had went back to her home country because he was gone for days.
Yeah.
She went back to her home country, so we didn't see her. That's the last time we saw her. She was hopping on one foot and barking, and she came in the same way in this movie. Like, bitch, I'm still barking. That's funny. He told her, bitch, bark like a dog. Arf! 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 A big dog. Woof! Woof! Oh, God. That shit was funny. What is your favorite movie? Whatever you like, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the kids start doing it. Yeah. You train your daughter just to do that.
Right. It's like you are just, I mean, that's one of the themes that the movie touched on. Like he was training his daughter just to be extensions of their husband.
Except for he wasn't.
Well,
what's his name wasn't. Eddie Murphy wasn't.
Yeah.
He was actually supposed to be the one to change everything. Because
right.
his dad was all about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was him understanding that he had to get the fuck. It's back to the whole you have to get the fuck over whatever your dad says and understand it.
Right. So give me a cup. Let me get some ice and some water. I didn't bring but one Sprite today.
Back.
You remember that? You don't remember that?
What?
Wolfpack.
What is that from?
Wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh. No, but I do miss the fucking Steve Austin shit. That shit was hilarious.
Man.
Watching all this replay shit, because you know they do the 316, Twitter blows up,
Thank you.
Instagram blows up with.
I miss The Rock.
That's what I'm saying. And that's my point. That combo.
He was, man, when I tell you he was one of the main things that made me watch wrestling. Well, that motherfucker get up on and hit you with that. Do you smell?
I hated him. I hated him. I hated him.
Because he was always, anybody that was your favorite, he was whooping their ass.
Dude, like, to the point where, like, I remember I cared so much about sports when I was in my early 20s and, like, teenage years and shit like that, that, like, I just go to work the next day after the fucking Red Wings had lost Game 4 or Game 7 of the fucking whatever the fuck it is. And it'd take me like 3 days to fucking get the fuck out of a funk.
Oh.
From anger and realize, like, I couldn't watch Sports Center for 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm still kind of like that in a sense. As soon as, and this is in football and in basketball, as soon as my team get put out, playoffs,
I'm still that way.
I delete Bleacher Report off my phone, and I don't download it back again until the next season starts. Because then I don't want any updates. I don't watch. I stop watching the playoffs. When the Spurs get put out, I stop watching it. Same thing with the Saints. When they lose, I stop watching it.
Really? I didn't like that.
Hell yeah.
I never watched it really. I watched the final game. But
I ain't watched the Super Bowl in. It's been over 5 years.
Yeah, I didn't care the line. Dude, come on, man.
I mean, well, yeah, you can't be like that. The Lions are never gonna make the.
I wouldn't have ever watched the Super Bowl in my life.
Hell, let alone that you would have never watched the playoffs.
Yeah.
They can't even get there.
But yeah, if it's hockey or basketball, back when I cared about the Pistons in that way, because I used to just like the Pistons. And baseball's the same way, dude. If the Tigers aren't anywhere close to the playoffs, I'm not watching it.
Fair point.
You know what I'm saying? And it fucking, like, none of my teams are. So it's like, they used to, like, because some of my teams used to be good, so it'd be the heartbreak that would just kill me, because it'd be like, oh, well, 3 days of feeling depressed because a team I have no control over
Right.
lost its sport. That, to be honest with you, I'm starting to feel kind of ridiculous that I give a shit. They make so much fucking money in this fucking industry, and yet I can't fucking pay my fucking bills doing a real job. It's like at some point, I kind of got that whole, not that I hated the players, because like I think my uncle was on that whole tip of not watching sports because players were making too much money.
I mean, it is crazy that we pay these people all this money.
The problem is, yes, it is. The difference, the only issue I have is the money's there.
That's
they
what I was about to say.
A piece of it.
They generate so much money. That's
Yes.
the only thing.
Yes. So I understand some of the reason why they deserve some of that money, and but it's just like, I don't know. If we had some kind of semblance of real compassion in this world, it wouldn't be that way. It's fucked up. But that's why I was like, I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. I care about my disc golf. I care about me winning tournaments in disc golf, which I don't. You know what I'm saying? I have, but I don't, you know what I'm saying, care now. But that's what I focused myself on, was like, oh, I'll just focus on the sport I'm playing and stop giving a shit about these other ones. I like watching basketball because it's kind of interesting now that the Pistons could have like a young, good team. And it seems like they're actually doing some shit that makes sense.
They're taking the steps in the right direction, it seems like.
Yeah.
Finally, for once.
Yes. It looks like they're actually, hopefully, they can get in the top 3 and get either Suggs or Mobley. Because I highly doubt they get the top pick. I just can't imagine.
No, because whatchamacallit, I don't even think they have double-digit wins yet.
But it doesn't matter. They all get 14% chance.
I mean,
The 3 worst teams all get a 14% chance.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be in the 3 worst teams.
Yeah. Yeah. And even being in that point doesn't mean you get it. That's the problem. You could be near the worst, if not the worst, and still be out of the top 5.
Detroit's they'll probably finish like 5th or 6th.
Yeah, because they're getting better.
Yes. And
Other teams are getting worse.
there are other teams that are just like now that, especially now that
They're starting
the
to trade
teams are
away
hitting
their
their
shit.
stride.
Yeah.
They starting to beat,
Detroit already traded everything away in the beginning.
and that is another thing too.
Yeah, they don't have anything left to give away, so there's nothing to
And it's going to be interesting to see how.
Man, I think if they can get Suggs, from what I've been seeing, if they get lucky enough to get him, he could be one that could help change.
They need a big man.
I know Mobley, but they got to get top 2, I think, to get Mobley. I think he's going to.
They need a big man with some speed.
And he's the only one worth getting at that top position. That good, you know what I'm saying? And even then, it's hard to tell, man. There's a lot of big men with speed that get up in that top position that don't turn out to be shit. Is Wiseman going to be anything? Has he done anything yet? I mean, obviously it's his first year. It's a COVID year, so he's on a team that doesn't really need him to be the number 1 at all.
True.
But they do need a number 2. I don't think he's stepped up or caught up to the game. But then again, he didn't play his last year of college, so the kid's been out of college.
Yeah, I was about to say, and that matters.
Yeah, it does. So it may take him a year of playing before he really sees.
You got to adjust in the NBA.
The speed, yeah.
I mean, as of right now,
Because like
They're in that third spot.
I
So
think that's the thing about Killian. Killian's a lost cause. Don't even think about anything till next year.
yeah, same. Yeah,
Because he looks like a kid. In the beginning, he looked like a kid, which is going to happen when you know what the fuck you're doing.
same thing with what's his name, Sadiq.
What about him? He looks good.
Yeah, he looks good, but he still you still ain't seeing who he's really gonna be.
No.
Give him another
He's
year.
gonna be a good number 3.
Give him another year. I think he's gonna be real nice.
Or a good number 2. You get a number 1. You think Kate's going to be that, like Cunningham's going to be on that level?
I mean, it's hard to tell.
Because, dude, I'm telling you, first overall picks don't really do shit.
And yeah, that's what me and Paul had that conversation.
They don't, man. Every time you look at him, you're like Zion looks like he's going to be a beast
Yeah.
if he stays healthy.
Not since LeBron.
No, the only one that was close is Rose, but that was before he got injured.
Well,
Because Rose was unbelievable. That dude was going to take the game back.
depends on how you feel about AD.
Oh yeah, he's unfinished product.
Yeah,
He
and
already
then
won
he
one.
injured, so
He won one, and he played very well, and he was one of the reasons they won. What?
oh, and then I just remembered, fucking what's his name is injured,
Who?
LeBron.
Oh yeah. So
That may fuck them up.
I don't think it matters. I don't think he really gives a shit about this season.
Well, I mean,
He was super pissed off they started it this quick. He knew he was going to.
that's fine.
And I think he might be faking the injury so he can take some time off and just be ready for the playoffs. Because he's not the type of dude that needs to be in game shape.
I said
And
the
he
same
got
thing
engaged.
because I don't understand why the fuck he need a month off for a fucking high ankle sprain.
Yeah, I think he just took a month off so he can rest.
That's
and
a
get
2-week
ready.
injury, but he can't do that though because it penalizes his team.
What?
You can't. That's the Popovich rule. Like you can't rest players who are injured.
That's what I'm saying. He faked an injury.
I mean, but at some point you have to like heal from the injury.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying
you
is
can't stretch a high ankle sprain out 30 days. That's unrealistic as fuck.
But they
Like
just
that's like a
did.
2-week injury.
They did because he's 38 years old
No,
or 36.
no,
How old
that's
is he?
like 36, 37, I think. That's like a 2-week injury.
Well,
Well, maybe 3 weeks.
okay. He got himself
Not
back.
30 games. 30 games is like 2 months.
Then why is he not playing?
Because the injury is probably more serious than they letting on.
Oh, well, okay. That's definitely possible. Or it could be less and he wants to just take a break.
And he can't do that though. That would penalize his team. You can't because of the Popovich rule. Like because Popovich used to rest players who weren't injured just because to keep them fresh for the playoffs. They feel like
Like who? Who he would
he would rest Tim Duncan, or he would rest Tony Parker, or he would rest Manu Ginobili, and these are the people that people pay to come see. So the league said that it cheats the fans because fans deserve to come when they pay for tickets to come to the game. They deserve to see whoever is healthy. They deserve to see all of them play.
Yeah.
So the league passed some rule. Now you can't rest players that aren't injured. Like more, it's maybe there's a limit or something like that. But I know damn well they ain't no fucking 2.5 months or 2 months because 30 games is a long fucking time. They only play like 2 games in a week, so that's at least like 15 weeks. That's a long fucking time.
Maybe he is injured. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck about him anymore.
I mean, I really don't like that, but I just think it's suspicious, and it's like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, I mean, I guess maybe if it comes out that LeBron has a serious injury, I guess then the media would go crazy with that because then you start hearing this, oh, is it the end of LeBron's career? Is it the fall of King James?
It would be so annoying.
I mean, yeah.
It's going to be annoying when it happens.
Well, I get that. So
What do
maybe
you think
that's
he's
why.
gonna do? Here's a question.
Maybe that's why they're keeping it under wraps. But a thing like that, you can't keep under wraps. Like, eventually, he has to come back and play.
Oh, I know.
So if it is a high ankle sprain and
The guy is fucking.
he's not back after a little bit of time, people are going to start to talk. And if it is, and it takes that long to heal, people are going to start to talk. So I feel it's kind of like they're kind of fucked either way it go. Because why the fuck does he need 2 months off for a
I
sprain?
thought you said 30 days.
I kept saying 30 days, but it's 30 games. And 30 games is longer than 30 days.
So when does the playoffs start?
They haven't detailed a date, I don't imagine. I just know the season still has, I think they still have like maybe 20 games or so, I think, left. Well, no, that can't be true. Because if he's suspended 30 games, then they got to have at least 30 games left. Or if he out 30 games. So, I don't know how many games are
Dude, I
left.
hope the Pistons don't make a run.
They're getting better.
I know they're getting better, but don't make a run.
Well, the team that is fourth is only 2 games ahead of
May 22nd. That's a little late, isn't it?
No, that's about the time the playoffs normally start.
No, they start in April. Season usually ends in April, and they start in April. This is starting at the end of May. Damn. What? April 13th to June 13th. I guess it's not that late.
I was thinking that's the point I was making, because I was like, I mean, usually the playoffs don't end until like June, so I mean, it's like
Yeah, it's usually right before the summer hits.
this puts them
That
in
way
like
they
the
still
beginning.
get some TV.
This puts them in there like July.
Yeah, July 4th. They're going to be able to have a July 4th game. They might actually start doing this schedule if they get good ratings on July 4th. Think about that.
Well, they're supposed to. It's supposed to be talking about shrinking the schedule anyway.
Because
so
people
this-
watch more TV than go to fucking barbecues.
That's a fucking lie. You lost your fucking mind. That game ain't gonna get no.
I think they should shrink the season and make the play make
that
maybe
game. That game ain't gonna get no play when it come out, because
Well-
motherfuckers gonna be out doing shit for the 4th. I guarantee you. Especially considering that
I didn't say it was going to be on the 4th.
you said they're gonna be able to have a July 4th game.
If they wanted to, they could.
If they do, it ain't gonna do shit. Motherfuckers is not finna give up their barbecues. And I mean, now granted,
You don't have to give it up. You can have it on your phone.
I was about to say, now granted, it'll probably be playing at people's barbecues. But
Yes.
ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about no damn game on the 4th. People gonna be out doing it. Especially now that you can go out and do stuff. People gonna be at the beach, going water parks, doing all kind of shit like that they normally do for the 4th. I think this is gonna be the first official summer that we've gotten to have in 2 years.
Early prediction is
Even if it is gonna be like a masked.
yeah, not enough people are going to have vaccines until
No, not enough.
the Nets versus the Pacers, Sixers versus the Raptors, Heat, Celtics, Bucks, Wizards. They think the Wizards are going to get back in the playoffs? No way. Jazz, obviously. Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Blazers, Mavs.
No, the Wizards ain't getting back in. They're not making no fucking playoffs. They're in the 12th seed.
Oh, it might have been a really, really early one before they failed.
And then I was about to say, I mean, I guess they may be thinking that Russell Westbrook is gonna make a difference or do something, but
Bucks. It would have been against the Bucks, which means they would have been. They had to have been the 8th seed.
you know, the Bucks are 3rd.
Oh, they would have been the 2nd seed, so they got up to 7th, above the Pacers.
I don't know what brackets you looking at.
I'm looking at some bullshit prediction thing.
Oh no, that is not right. The Bucks are third. The Pacers aren't even in the playoffs. The Pacers are ninth. The
Well,
Hornets
they're
are
at
eighth.
the bottom, so they could sneak
I mean,
in.
they could get in. They're only one game out. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Are the Pelicans close? In the West?
they're in the 11th spot. I mean, but there's only between the 7th and the 13th spot. There's only like 4 games difference.
Well, I'll go back to the East.
The same thing in the East though. Between
Yeah, but
the
go to the
4th
bottom.
spot, between the 4th spot and the 11th spot, there's only the same like 4 or 5 games difference.
So we're the worst in the East.
Yes, but there are 2 games that are worse in the West: the Rockets and the Timberwolves.
And we're not catching them.
No, absolutely not, because the Rockets have lost like 19 in a row.
Unless maybe D'Angelo comes back, or what's his name comes back, and changes Timberwolves' fate. Because
I
you
don't
got
think it's gonna matter.
Taos, whatever is who's their fucking number one guy? Because that's another number one guy that didn't do shit.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
I don't think I'm right. I've always kind of said that there ain't been no NBA number one draft. I'm so glad Google can read my non-English writing.
Well, first of all, you picking on that keyboard instead of typing.
Duh. Okay, list the first overall picks. Yeah, so you don't want number one anyway, I don't think. I think you always want like number 2, 3.
I don't believe
Wow. Pittsburgh. They got all the way back to Pittsburgh Ironman.
it. I don't.
Clifton McNeely.
I don't believe that shit. If I get a chance to take the number 1 seed, I'm gonna take it. I don't give a fuck.
Gene Malakachori. Dick Ricketts. What the
Terrible name.
Wow.
Dick Ricketts.
Shihugo Green.
Wait a minute. Who?
Shihugo Green.
Spell it.
Sihugo.
I don't know how to say that.
I don't know either. Bob Boozer.
Alcoholic motherfucker.
First name I recognize is Oscar Robinson.
Yeah, that's the triple double king.
And then Jimmy Walker. I only know that because of the Pistons.
That's JJ Walker. Dynamite.
Yeah. Elvin Hayes.
That's a popular name.
Yeah. Doug Collins was
He
a number
played
1
for-
overall pick.
He played for
That
the
white
Spurs.
boy was a number 1 overall pick.
Who?
Doug Collins.
Oh yeah.
Wow. He's a fucking TV announcer. He's a number 1 overall pick by the Philadelphia 76ers. And then Bill Walton was the next year. Man, Sixers fucking lucked out on shit on that one, huh? I don't think Doug Collins did anything. Bill Walton,
I mean, Bill Walton is Bill Walton.
yeah. Well, I mean, he helped the Celtics, right? Or he won with Portland, maybe? I don't fucking know.
No, he played for. L.A. No, yeah, it was the Celtics.
Yeah, it was the Celtics. He went to UCLA.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And then you got Magic Johnson, Mark Aguirre. Okay, so we'll go from Magic on the modern era. You got Magic. I mean, these guys they're useful. Some of them. Well, Mark Aguirre won a championship in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
but as a side piece. James Worthy was, he was big in L.A.
Yes, he was.
Ralph Sampson.
No.
Nope, he wasn't anything. But then they got Olajuwon the next year. Because Sampson's the one that they should have took Michael Jordan. But then they wouldn't have got Olajuwon. Because there's no way they would have been finished in last again.
I mean, 2 rings compared to 6.
True. But, true. And then you got Ewing. He was okay. He didn't win anything, though. Robinson, next one that makes sense.
Well, he got fucked up by a team. He was on a New York team that didn't have nobody else.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, you get, David Robinson, obviously. We know what he did.
He got his one with the Spurs and got on up out of
Danny Manning, what a...
I don't know his name.
He went to he played for Kansas. I don't fucking know. And then I remember Larry Johnson. This is when I start remembering people like understanding basketball. Is when Larry Johnson got drafted because he was huge. They like promoted the fuck out of him. And then Shaq, and then Chris Webber, obviously because of Michigan, because he was in Michigan.
I mean, he was all right.
I mean, Shaq obviously is out of that group, though. I'm just saying I remember him all. Webber, to me, he was. I don't know.
He went to Sacramento. What the fuck was he gonna do?
I know, and he never left.
And that's another thing too. Like
Larry Johnson got hurt.
Some motherfuckers fuck themselves up with that mentality of thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring a championship to this city." Sometimes you need to realize when, okay, this city ain't destined for no championship. At least not now.
Like Shaq did.
Because he could have left Sacramento and he could have definitely possibly been more than he was in Sacramento.
You're right. Iverson, Iverson and Duncan, that's 2 amazing number ones.
Iverson just didn't want to fucking practice and be no team player.
Well, truth. But Duncan, obviously. So there's a couple number ones. The 90s have been alright. Brand was okay. Martin never really did shit.
Martin.
I don't even know who Michael Olawokandi is.
Michael Olawokandi.
Who the fuck is that?
He played for
Los Angeles and Boston. How is he a number? I never even heard of this dude ever in my life.
He didn't do much.
How did this? I guess I was not paying attention because I graduated in '97, so I didn't pay attention to. I knew Iverson. Iverson's all I cared about.
I mean, he was the biggest thing in the late '90s.
Yeah, he was huge. He was because he was so fucking small. He looked like a midget running around and just doing shit that, and it made you feel like made midgets like me feel like I could do something.
He had handles though, and that motherfucker could dunk.
Yeah.
Because when he dunked on Tyronn Lue, and then stepped over his ass. Well, no, he didn't dunk on him. He made a 3 in his face, and he fell, and he stepped over his ass.
Elton Brand wasn't bad. He just never got on the right team.
He couldn't escape injuries.
Yeah. Kenyon Martin's another one.
For a bad team, he went to New York too.
Yeah, New Jersey. Kwame Brown, that's the one that like. I remember the hype about him.
What do you want, buddy?
They were
He
talking.
got a ring well out there.
Yeah, I know, but not as a anything. Yao Ming was another one that was supposed to
dud. His big ass couldn't stay off the injury list too.
Because he's too fucking big.
I mean, there's others that did it. Shit, Gasol been playing I don't know how long. He a fucking man of steel. Even though
I know he just wasn't built
took
for
him
it.
all this time to get. Yeah, that is true because Marc Gasol got a sturdy ass body.
All right, since LeBron, you have Dwight. I mean, you can. I don't know. That's up in the. What would you?
I mean, he's a great player. He's one of the best centers to play, but he just, he ain't got no ring. When it comes to greatness, that matters.
Well, he has a ring. Hey, get out of there, ain't for you. He won it with LA last year.
He was with LA?
Yeah. He's got a ring now.
Well, this is one. So, I guess, he...
Bogart, he was supposed... Yeah,
he won with the Cavaliers.
Bogart did?
And Andrew Bogart?
Yeah, wasn't he with... wasn't he one that got injured with... wasn't he on...
sweetie.
Didn't he play for... Golden State? Wasn't he on Golden State?
Yeah, he won with Golden State.
Yeah, he got injured though, or some shit. One of them.
I believe that sounds familiar. But then he faded. He faded into obscurity after that. Sis, can you not?
Who the fuck? I don't even remember no Andre Bargnani.
Bargnani.
Bargnani. I don't remember that guy. A center? No, forward center. Yeah, he was forward center.
Yeah, he
Odin, I remember Odin because Odin's the one where the year that I was like, it was either going to be Odin or Durant, and they took Odin.
Definitely couldn't stay off the injury list. His knees gave out on him.
He was so big and dominant though when he was not injured. In that one year at Ohio State. Derrick Rose, obviously he would have been amazing if he didn't get injured.
Look at this kid.
I know, she's such a crackhead.
She loves fucking pepperoni, apparently.
I feel like Griffin is, yeah.
Blake Griffin?
Yeah, I never really.
A dud.
Yeah, John Wall has turned out to be a dud. Kyrie hasn't.
I mean, he got a ring. To be honest, he's the reason they got the ring, too.
Yeah,
if he don't hit that shit, if he don't hit that 3-point shot, Cleveland definitely doesn't have a ring.
Yeah, and he could win one again this year.
This is true. And this will be different because this will be one that he led the team to.
Well, I guess since we're going down the list, there's been some. I don't know. You put John Wall the first couple of years he's in the league. You put him in the first 5 years before he get injured on a team. A team like you put him in Kyrie's place with LeBron, they still win.
Well, see, that's the thing. Not all players are meant to be on like build up teams. Some players can't deal with that. John Wall, he came to Washington and they were a build up team. Like, they didn't have the pieces needed to fully compete in the conference they were in. And John Wall wasn't the type to just sit around on the shelf while they shopped around. And obviously they shopped around poorly because the pieces they've been rotating in and out have not fared them well either.
Right.
I mean, but if you think about it, if you remember, there was a time when Washington was like consistently 4th or 5th.
Yeah, they were competing. Yeah,
they were competing, but it has not been the case. They've been shuffling the lineup and trying to make things work, and the people they've been going after haven't been the people they've needed to be going after, and it just hasn't worked out in their favor.
Well, Davis obviously turned out all right. He's a pretty dominant dude.
I mean, I like. Who have they produced that I've liked? The one guy, I can't think of his name.
God, the Cavaliers.
Otto Porter is pretty nice. I like his game.
The Cavaliers had 3 fucking first overall picks in 4 years.
They didn't do a damn
thing. Yeah, they did. They got Kyrie. And they got LeBron back.
But think about how long they kept him on ice before LeBron came back and won them a ring. Like, they drafted Kyrie in what year?
11.
Oh, exactly. They didn't win that fucking ring until 2016. That was 5 years fucking later. They lucky Kyrie didn't get upset and decide he wanted to leave. Because then if that had been the case, then they might not have won the ring with LeBron.
What a forward guard they did. What the fuck was Bennett? He didn't turn out to be shit.
Oh yeah, he flunked out.
Well, you know why though? It's because they tried to make Kyrie a point guard.
What else is he gonna be?
He doesn't. Have you noticed his game's gotten a lot better since he's been off ball?
I don't watch them play. Well, to be honest, I haven't watched any basketball.
Yeah, because fucking
because the Spurs suck.
Yeah,
even though they in the playoffs
and they got rebuilt. They got good young talent too.
They do, but I still ain't give a fuck about watching them hoes because they suck.
Anyways, Kyrie's. That's why he did better with LeBron. Is because LeBron demands the ball. He demands the court.
Child, fuck LeBron.
Well, does he not? You give Kyrie not the ball. You let him play with the player like.
That's fine, but
he's better. Either way,
I have to believe.
Do you think Wiggins could still be all right? He's only 7 years in.
No, he doesn't. He done plateaued.
What about Towns? He's
They say he too soft. The word around the league is he's soft as shit. That was part of the reason why Jimmy Butler had issues in Minnesota.
What do you mean soft? Like he didn't give two shits and it's not working
No,
out?
soft as in like he weak.
Oh.
Like he got good game.
But as soon as you touch him, he's a
Yeah,
bitch.
but he weak. He whines and complains and can't take contact, things of that nature.
Ben Simmons turned out to be a great defensive
Shy
player.
can't shoot for shit.
Yeah, but he's super defensive.
That don't mean shit if you can't score no points.
Well, he can
understand?
score
I
as
know.
long as he's within
He gotta be
dunking distance.
Okay, well that's fine. But what if they find that? What if their defense is good enough to keep you out of that distance?
Yeah, but put him on a team with where he doesn't have to be the on-ball guard and he can just be the
okay.
defensive
That's fine.
wizard.
That's exactly why
They failed twice. Yeah, they did fail
They
twice.
ain't done a damn thing. They've been had him all these years, and
Yeah, but they're in first right now.
they're consistently in the top three. They've been in the top three of the Eastern Conference for the last I don't know how long. It don't matter.
Then how'd they get these two? Well, I mean,
They get to the
that's-
fucking playoffs, and then now, mind you, they haven't got no good draft picks since they got him and Embiid. Him and Embiid, well, Markelle Fultz, I think.
Yeah, they had a first, him second. I've never heard he doesn't do shit though, right?
Well, I think they traded him off to somewhere else now. Because he got injured as soon as he got there, I think, and had to change his shot. And that fucked with his shot. So he wasn't as good a shooter as he was
And what they need
in college. And
Yeah.
I think they ended up trading him. I
Yeah,
think
he's
that's
in
the-
Orlando.
But, you know, it's been a couple of years since
What-
they've had a
what
good
about-
pick. Because they've been good the last couple of years.
DeAndre, is he turn out all right?
DeAndre who?
On
DeAndre Ayton.
for the Suns.
I mean, look at where the Suns are at.
Where they at?
Oh, I don't know. I thought they was trash. They've been trash.
I don't think so. I think they're at the top of the West right now. They got Chris Paul.
No, they're not the top of the West. They're still LA, I think.
No, it's Utah actually.
Oh, these Utah. I mean Utah. That's who I was thinking of. I don't know why I said LA. Oh yeah, the Suns are number 2.
Yeah. People are talking. Can they win? Because Chris Paul is on fire. I guess he's fit with one of their other picks.
Child, I believe that shit when I see it. He did the same thing with the Clippers.
Who?
Chris Paul.
And the Houston
Right.
got him to the playoffs.
And couldn't get past the second round.
Hmm.
And then now you want him to do it with a whole bunch of young motherfuckers? The only experience he got on that team is Devin Booker. Well, I mean, I guess if he still got DeAndre Ayton.
Who?
DeAndre Ayton, the first round draft pick.
Oh yeah, what's his Oh, I'm gonna look it up right now. Devin Booker, I guess. Yeah, he's the one that's having a good season because of Paul.
The Spurs gonna have a breakout season. They're gonna end up sneaking through in the playoffs, and they're gonna win it all. Mark my words.
Are they really good defensively?
Yep. They just can't fucking score.
They just can't score.
Well, consistently they can't score.
Oh. Devin Booker is at 25 points per game. Yeah, that dude definitely gets rebounds. He gets 11 rebounds a game. That's not bad for a number 1 overall pick.
It's low
Is it?
considering how.
Well, they're a fast team, so I don't think, you know what I'm saying, it's still probably different.
I mean, still rebounds is rebounds, and the way people rebound now.
They got Galloway. That dude was on our team.
11 rebounds is not a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but you know.
Well, okay. How about this?
Yeah, because Capella is leading the league now with 14 rebounds a game.
Oh, yeah, see, that's still decent then.
I mean, it's decent, but there's how many people ahead of him? Who was we talking about? DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah.
He's 11 in rebound. There are 10 people ahead of him in rebound.
I know he's got 11. He does 11 per board.
But that's what I'm saying. 11 is not a lot, is what I was saying. It's a lot, but it's not a lot. He's 11th. You would think 11th in rebound, 11 rebounds a game would get you.
He's also getting you 14 points a game, so that's pretty decent.
Let me see. Is there anybody else on this list matching that? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I don't know.
How many points a game?
14.
Oh yeah, you got a couple of people that are beating that. I mean, but some of these people are like established people, like Nikola Vucevic. Like he's super established. He's been in the league for quite some time.
Yeah, and this dude's still kind of young.
And Kumpo is another one. You know, Giannis is Giannis.
Yeah.
Same thing with Embiid.
Giannis wasn't even a number one, right?
No,
well, obviously not. We just were there.
Yeah. Dante Sabonis.
Who?
He plays for Indiana. He's averaging 20 points a game. And he's at like 11 rebounds, 11.6 rebounds. Nikola Jokic for Denver. What is Utah doing? Oh, yeah, Rudy Gobert. He played for Utah. He's number 2 in rebounds. But he's averaging the same amount of points, 14 points. Yeah, Russell Westbrook is 13th.
What, in rebounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets a lot of fucking rebounds. It's pretty amazing.
He's the first guard on the list. All these are forwards and centers, and he's the first guard.
And he seems so tiny.
At 13, he gets...
Where's this Frank Jackson dude from?
He gets 9.6 rebounds a game. That's ridiculous.
Where did we get him from?
Shit, Luka Doncic gets 8 a game. Who?
Frank Jackson.
I don't know. They must have drafted him or
no, they didn't. That crazy haired dude
traded him. Traded for him. I mean, because he got to be new. I've never heard of him.
Oh, Plumlee averages 9.5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he right here. But he ain't averaging enough points per game for my taste.
Stewart's only getting 5 rebounds a game.
That 10.2 points ain't enough. He need to be getting like 15 points at least.
Saban Lee. That was their second rounder. I don't know. We'll see.
They gonna win too many games.
Yeah. They're gonna get some bomb.
Because they probably still got a lot of bombs left on their schedule. They probably gonna beat a few more bombs, and they gonna end up with a better schedule than whatchamacallit. Because they only 2 games behind. I keep forgetting who it's Minnesota. Somebody, no, not Minnesota. Somebody did they 2 games behind. So they could easily pass them, and if they do, then they're in the 4th spot. They're not in the top 3 no more, so there's no more lottery.
Huh. I know. And it'll be frustrating.
But I mean, that's just what I feel like is going to happen because they're trending up. They've been looking good the last couple games, like they starting to try to get their shit together.
He was drafted 2017 by somebody, 31st pick.
Yeah, I figured they traded for him.
I don't know, they might have just picked him up off waivers, to be honest.
Or that.
Type shit. Because he only has 2 years experience, but 2017 was 4 years ago.
That is true.
So I think they just kind of picked him up. He was probably overseas or some shit like that playing.
Right.
Damn. Would you have done it if they'd offered it to you?
Probably.
Did you ever feel like you could do it, like, if you put in the work?
Yeah, if I cared enough. I didn't care enough.
Come here. Shut up.
Too many things I wanted to do that I knew I wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah, because you can't do shit.
Mm-mm.
To be honest, you just kind of got to do nothing. But that.
That's it. That's got to be your main focus. And I just wasn't with that.
They don't really tell you that when you're young.
I mean,
Well, they didn't tell me that.
most kids, I think, kind of expect it, or at least, somewhat expect you got to give your life to it. If you want to be the best at it.
Nah, my dad had more of the approach, if you're just naturally good at shit, you're just good at shit. Because,
But that doesn't mean shit if you don't have a drive behind it, because I was naturally good at sports.
I know, but
But I didn't have the drive to push myself to be great beyond the level of high school. Like, I was phenomenal in tennis. Like, if I had wanted to actually give a fuck, I could have possibly played tennis. Hell, maybe for all I know, I could be competing at Wimbledon now, or playing in the French Open or some shit. But, I didn't have the drive to push myself to say, like, let me see how far I could take this tennis thing. I mean, because it's just shit you think about. In my mind, I'm thinking, like there are kids that have been playing tennis. They got a huge head start on me. They've been doing this much longer. I didn't start playing tennis until I was in the 10th grade. But I was kind of like a prodigy at it. Like, I naturally took to that shit.
Yeah, but Jordan's story is that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously he had the drive, he had the will and the want to do it. Not everybody has that. You know how many people I played basketball with in high school that...
Well, she's a lot better.
Oh my goodness, they were so good, and I'm thinking, like, bro, like, you could fucking go. But if you don't got the drive, first of all, you gotta have the drive to go to college. Because, like, ain't nobody snatching you up out of high school unless you're a national product, like a Kobe type or a LeBron type. You got to be nationally known for that to happen, in which that may not even happen no more, because they do away with the high school rule. You got to go to college now for at least 1 year. I think they did. So
you can go to G League
or that, but you can't get drafted straight out of high school no more. So
because you're going overseas.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, with that being the thing, like, you gotta first have the drive to even want to go to college, to continue playing, and especially knowing that, okay, I can't go straight to the league, or I may have a harder time going to the G League, as opposed to, because I'm assuming to go to the G League, you probably just have to go to their facilities when they have like open trials, because I think the G League has like an open tryout once a year or some shit like that. So I'm assuming you just go, you sign up for that.
Yeah, for the one team.
Or walk on type situation like that, I imagine. But you gotta have the desire to seek out all those avenues. I knew for a fact that I wasn't gonna be going to the league, because I don't want the public eye on me like that. I don't like that. I know I'm not meant to be famous. I don't need thousands of people to know who I am. Like, I'm good.
It's a good thing no one's watching.
Well, I mean, now this is different, because, like, if I get famous on YouTube, like, that's just people watching me on videos, me being me. Like, that's not, like me having to put on a front and be in Hollywood doing this or that, trying to impress people. Like, I couldn't be that person. Like, whether playing a sport or acting or, whatever the case. That just ain't me. I don't need millions of people in my life.
Yeah, we be canceled quick.
Hell yeah. All the jokes we be laughing at and telling, they get our ass so goddamn quick.
Dude, Rudy got me canceled many times.
Oh hell yeah, with his old ass, he don't know the proper things to say. They been got him right together.
Dude, I don't know the proper things to say.
Well, hell no, because you called a plane of training one time.
Hmm?
Hell no, you called a plane of training one time.
Oh. I think I called it a hurt. Oh, no, I didn't say it.
You definitely called her a tranny. And I thought it was hilarious, but not everybody does.
I know. Well, if I get canceled for it, I get canceled for it.
Y'all better than the fuck not cancel him. The way we'll fight. Fox.
If the world tells me it doesn't. Oh, by the way, the world's already pretty much given me the hint. We've only,
Yeah.
40 views at fucking pop, which is great. Thank you. But
I'm telling you, Fox, it's a slog. Everybody that I know on YouTube,
I know.
like worked at it. Like you just gotta have that one video that pops and circulates. And also too, I keep telling you, you gotta put shit in the title. You're not putting catchy enough shit in the title. Like you putting the name of it in the title, yes, but you want to put things that people search for in the title. Like if we talk about something that somebody may look up to listen, you put that in the title. Like you put clues about what's in the video in the title, so when people search certain things, your videos come up. Like say if we talk about mental health in a video, then you put that up, mental health XYZ, so that when people search these things, your videos come up. That's what I was telling you about.
How about I just give you my code?
Hell no. I work a full-time fucking job. You better stop being lazy and cultivate your damn channel. You want the fucking following.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, because otherwise the views wouldn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me.
Why you keep saying stuff about it then?
I'm saying we can't get canceled.
Oh, well, I mean,
when
that
it's
is
20
true.
views, you can't really cancel me.
That is true.
I
mean, it's hard to get canceled on YouTube anyway, because your viewers are your viewers. People are gonna follow you if they're gonna follow you.
That's true.
Like nobody from YouTube has ever really been canceled.
And I don't really have like thousands. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you did,
Twitter. But even then, it's like I'm confused then. Because
Even
I know
if
it's
you
like
did.
I know the corporate world's very good at canceling people.
Well, YouTube people don't really get canceled because their viewers make the decisions. Like it's you watch what you want to watch.
Yeah.
So it's like
if
if it ain't your cup of tea, or if it's not what you agree or what you feel, then just don't watch it. Nobody's shoving it down your throat.
you probably won't even know it's there.
Well, most people don't, because like for one, like the big red flag is you got weed all over your shit. So like anybody that doesn't like anything about weed is automatically gonna steer away from your videos. So like the chances of you getting canceled.
And it's a big market as it is, so there's going to be a lot of people in that algorithm market anyway.
And most stoners are cool with the same jokes that you cool with, so.
Well, I hope so.
Well, don't cancel us, please.
They ain't canceling anybody.
We're just.
Even if they did, we'll still do it. Put it on fucking. Well, I guess we could get canceled on Facebook.
We could do Periscope.
What's Periscope?
It's live. But I think you can save the videos and do stuff with them. But it's just a live video service.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that's over 2 hours. Hope you like the long one, guys.
Don't cancel us.